Okay, welcome back to our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. Last week, the adventurers met kind of a terrible foe, unknown to them at this point, with a vicious weapon that unfortunately killed two of the adventurers. One was held frozen in place, and as the party retreated, took a strategic retreat. So we're not sure about the fate of Basil, but it doesn't look very good. But while this was all going on the other part of the island to the south, another boat arrived. More adventurers from Khromarium seeking the gold of Atlantis, or the treasure, I should say, of Atlantis, the platinum coins that have been surfacing at the various port cities. This group of adventurers brought their small boat up and docked for the night, planning on hitting the island in the morning. Unfortunately, they were awoken to flames and heat as their boat was on fire, fighting as best they could to destroy the foe that was on the ship. Foes that were recognized by the ranger in the group as creatures called Un, though these Un were entirely encased in copper, which is something she's never seen before. As the adventurers flee from the sinking boat, having slayed the Un, unfortunately lost their sailors under the moons of Hyperborea. Let's introduce our three new characters. Let's see, we'll start with Mike. Tell us about your character and what's happening here as you're kind of paddling the boat, watching your old boat sink and burn, paddling towards an unknown island.
I'm playing Dougal the Wanderer. Dougal is a Khromarium Celt. He stands about 6 foot. He's about 220 pounds. Solidly built, druid, former cobbler. So he likes to handle leather and that when he gets bored. He's looking out and looking back. He's kind of keeping an eye to the sky. He has his bow nearby, but he's also drawing deeply on the oars, as he knows being out in the water is probably not, open water is probably not the best for him and his companions. He would. He hopes that they can get to some shelter quickly, so that they can assess what is actually going on. And that's Dougal.
Sure, a forest, even an unknown forest on a strange island, is probably more comfortable for the druid than the open sea. That's for sure, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Get me to land.
Right, exactly. Get your feet on the ground. In the small boat with you is a magician. Yang, tell us about your character.
I'm playing the mage called Iupriu Eka, but due to the difficulty of his first name, people often call him Eka the Unseen. He's known for his knack for turning people invisible. Right now, actually, he's a common man from the Upper East Side of Khromarium City, and he calls himself and his band of adventuring friends the Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. He stands about 5 feet 8 inches tall. His hair is dark, and right now, as you see him, he's clad in this purple cowl, encapsulated by that golden tiara type of thing. And he looks at Dougal and says, "What do you mean, my friend? I could turn you like a bird. I'll make you fly and strengthen you so that you could dive in and grab whatever that we left behind in that boat. As usual. What say you, Xenia? You have no worries, do you?" And that's Eka.
Okay, excellent. So also in the boat, the third adventurer in this crew, a ranger, realizing, of course, that you had battled these Un, your nerves are probably up, and you're concerned as to what's on this island, as Un and Atlanteans don't normally mix together, but who knows? So tell us about your character, Crystal.
I'm playing Xenia. She's from New Amazonia, specifically from Paradoxon, the floating city, where she was raised in a temple to fight these kinds of evils, such as Un. She has kind of a take control personality about her, just a habit of having been raised and trained the way that she was. Uh, so she, of course, grabbed her armor and everything she could right away to put onto their boat. So she knows she has everything that she could possibly take, including her magical two-handed scimitar. She kind of shakes her head as she looks back to him and says, "No, you don't need to turn me into a bird at the moment. First, let's just get to shore and figure out what's going on here. Where there are Un, especially such strange Un, there's bound to be deeper evil." And she just has this kind of serious look on her face as she fears the worst.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, as you kind of you're rowing towards the shore to seek shelter for the evening and figure out what you can figure out. I mean, you're here for the treasure, right? I guess leaving is a whole other thing. Back at the boat of our primary adventuring company, Brighild and Pinesta have arrived back to tell their tale to their fighter friend. So let's have you guys intro your characters. So let's start with Nikki.
I play Pinesta. She is a bard, and she's pretty upset. She lost 3 more friends on the last adventure, and she feels really bad that she couldn't save them, but Basil was too heavy, and the other 2 were pretty much just dust at the end. So there was nothing she could do for them, but that doesn't make her happy, and she lost a lot of friends. So she's kind of hanging around Brighild a lot and just thinking about their next steps. They know that creature is in there with that weapon, and trying to figure out what to do next. And that's Pinesta.
Excellent. Yeah, you've lost a lot of friends since your youth 3 years ago, but some of your friends are still around, like Brighild. Tony, tell us about Brighild.
Brighild, the Khromarium Celt warlock, is listening to Pinesta, and puts her arm around her and assures her that, that we've got to make some type of plan. They did not understand whatever this creature is, and the weapon he had is more powerful than anything we have or could find. We've got to make some very solid plan if we're going back in there, and it's not going to do by force or might to take that weapon, but maybe, I don't know what we're going to do, Pinesta, but I don't know if us 3 can do it alone, me, you, and Bale. We just need to sit here and try to make up some plan. And you see the furrowed brow of Brighild as she seems to be pretty worried at this point. And that's Brighild the Imposing.
Yeah, it takes a lot to worry at Brighild, but this was a lot. It was a pretty devastating combat, and it happened pretty quickly. Back at the ship, though, recovering from, I don't know, what were you recovering from, Bale? You missed all the action. Rush, tell us about your character.
Well, are Pinesta and Brighild back on the ship, or are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bale would make his way up from below decks, walking across, of course, having heard what had happened from the rumblings of the rest of the crew, and he walks over and he one hand on his stomach, and he walks over. He also puts an arm around Pinesta and lays a hand on Brighild's shoulder as well, and he looks to them and he says that he apologizes. He says, "I am so I'm sorry about that. He goes, sorry that I was under the weather and couldn't be there to help. But don't let it get you down too much. Our comrades, they pass on into the next life, and through poetry and song, your poetry and song, they will live forever, and they will always be watching down upon their friends and their loved ones. So we must make sure that we honor their sacrifice. And still holding on to his stomach, and that would be Bale's attempt at comfort to Penesta and Brighild. Bale, the Khromarium Celt warrior and wielder of the great hammer Tyrannus. And then he would just stand on the deck with them, and just kind of stand there and be there in case he's needed.
Excellent. Also, having survived the fray, it was the cleric, the Amazonian cleric, Helene. She offers to offer some prayers and burn some incense for the lost. You can see she's a little annoyed having wasted a healing spell on somebody that was just about to die, but that's how life is sometimes. So she starts to burn some incense as you guys kind of pass through the evening. And if you're hurt, I don't know if Penestra or Brighild are hurt, but you can heal up and you're getting your rest over the course of the night.
All right.
Yeah. And we'll just cut to the morning. On the shore, you guys found some shelter, of course, when you got to the island. The island was covered with fir trees, the thick pines, and various evergreen type trees. But so you hit some shelter from the shore, but didn't go into too far, obviously, being that it was dark and that these creatures could very well be around. So you set up camp inside, using the druid's ability to keep you from sight, pretty simply. When you awake in the morning, you look out, as one does, to the sea, and you actually see floating out there a boat that you recognize, which we still haven't named yet. Somebody needs to name that boat. I'm gonna put. All right, Rush. What's the name of your boat?
Oh my gosh! I get to name the boat?
Yeah, why not?
Oh man, I gotta name it right this second, huh?
Well, I mean, they're looking at the boat.
Oh my God, you really put me on the spot here.
Oh, that's a good name.
On the spot.
No, Young just so now Crystal. They're helping you in the chat, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. You see a boat that by the end of this session, I want a name.
I'll have one.
Yes, you see this boat out on the shore. And you learn all the new characters: Dougal, Xenia, and Eka. One that you recognize by its flags that being hung of the trading company that is your friends, Brighild, Penesta, Muda, had run out of Khromarium and Lemuria. And you see it out there in the water.
Xenia will say, oh, how fortunate. It seems that, and then right at that moment, a seagull flies by going, caw, caw, is actually harbored here.
Well, if it isn't the famous Penesta and Brighild of Songspear Trading Company. I recognize that mighty junk. And he taps his chin. He looks to Xenia and says, well, shall we approach them and find out if we could ask for some help?
Yes, of course. How about you take a lap around the island as your bird, Xenia will say, kind of giving quotes, figure out exactly what we're dealing with here. And Dougal and I will go see Anesta and Brighild. You can just meet us over there when you're done.
No, 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 no. When have you known me to be apart from you, Xenia and Dougal? I would not be alone for millions of coins.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
Fine. Dougal, how about
Yeah.
you take Ika here, and Ika just give me that ability to fly. I want to know what's on this island.
I think you'll be able to manage on foot just fine. Good luck to you.
Huh. It's weird that we've known each other for so long, and yet you still act this way to me.
You know that I don't abuse my magic. I only use it when you absolutely have to use it.
Oh, you mean like when we're on a mysterious island that we have no idea what it looks like
Okay,
or what
just get in
anything
the
is
boat.
around?
I'll row. I'm rowing. I'll row.
See you later, Xenia. Be careful.
Okay.
Don't be seen by monsters.
I'm
I thought we
rowing.
were already on the island.
Row faster. Come on.
Yeah. Do you want to jump in the boat and row out to the junk with them, as in you're going to explore the island on your own?
Yeah, I guess I'll hop in the boat with them.
Oh yeah, so you splash through the water and jump in as they start as the druid's rowing away. Clearly, this is something that happens quite frequently. So Dougal's was already ready for it, yeah, you start rowing out towards the name to be inserted later boat. And we'll say, up on the boat, one of the sailors, of course, sees a small ship approaching and calls an alert. Ah, okay, I like it. So one of your sailors calls alert. So Brighild, Penesta, Bale, you're called. They say small boat approaching. It seems to be a way too small to be out here by itself.
Make the preparations in case they're aggressive. And if they are, sink them quick.
Yeah, they go up to man the ballista.
You see Eka like waving in his purple and bluish robe. It's very, easily seen, contrary to his name. He's like saying, "Hello there! Hello!" And he's waving his arms around.
It would appear they have some idiot leading them.
Well, I'm guessing he's a finger wiggler because only the finger wiggler types, present company excluded. I mean, he just kind of motions to the boat.
Xenia will ask Ika to sit down and be like, just please don't do that. They're going to have more reason to fire this ballista at us. And she'll sort of stand and just raise one hand as a gesture of peace.
Brighild looks over towards Penesta and goes, "The one that just stood up, she has a familiar look about her. I think maybe we've encountered or spoke to her before."
It does look familiar. Maybe in the city? At some point in the city?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Why would they be out here though? I wonder where their ship is. It must be moored on the other side of them.
Yeah, I don't know. We should see. Those purple and blue robes are quite obvious, don't you think?
Yes, I don't know that one. He appears to be a little. I don't think he'll last long.
Well, I hope he does. But yes, I do recognize the other one. So let's see what's going on here and what happened to their ship.
Excellent. Yeah. So you don't blast them out of the water with a ballista, and they come up alongside the ship, and I guess you let them aboard, and you guys are currently all on the. Is that going to be the name? Song Spear.
Yeah, Yong suggested it, and I'm like, that's perfect. Well, he did Songs and Spear, but I'm like, that's perfect because it represents Penesta and Brighild, who are kind of unofficially the unofficial leaders. Song and Spear. I mean, it only makes sense. And it's a cool name.
All right. It is canon now.
Indeed.
It has become canon on the 7th day of the 3rd month of the 11th year.
By the words of Baal, let it be so. God, that felt
Brighild,
cool to say.
when she sees Xenia come aboard, she goes up to her and she says, "I know you do, are not? Is it Xenia, correct?"
Yes, that's correct, Brighild. It's good to see you again. And she extends her hand to shake.
What are you three doing in a rowboat, though? Surely you have a bigger ship? Is it on the other side of the island?
Unfortunately, the Fortune was attacked as we were heading into harbor. It's now at the bottom of the sea.
Please tell me it was not creatures that had some type of weapons that as soon as they hit you, you just disintegrate.
No, please don't tell me that they're actually here.
Oh, they're here, whoever they are.
I think what you're speaking of is Migo.
Can you give us more details? How do you know about these creatures?
Hey, Xenia,
Wow.
would you be able to help me up? I'm still down here.
Yeah, Dougal, can you help him, please?
Yes. And I'll just grab him by the ass and shove him up.
Ugh, the respect I get from these buffoons. He climbs up there.
Sorry, but
Yes,
as I was
we would hate
saying,
we would hate to dirty those robes, would we not?
we were attacked by Un, who are servants of the Migo. The Migo create them. The Migo are creatures from the Black Gulf. They are said to worship the black goat of the woods of 1,000 young.
Bricchio looks towards Finesta and when she mentions the black goat and goes, well, now part of this is all adding together, is it not?
Definitely, it makes sense considering what we've seen. Yep.
Zinnia, you mentioned these Un or whatever. Can you describe them? And if she describes them, Daniel, does it appear like the first two people we saw when we went in?
Yes, I mean, yeah, exactly. They are. They're 100% the same thing. Even the copper skin, which is something unusual. For Zinnia would know that's an unusual thing. The weapons they had though were not something you've heard of before. Zinnia, the lightning weapons, that was something new.
Okay. Yeah, she'll
The
convey
weapons
that.
of the Migo you've heard of, but not what the Uns had.
Okay. Yeah, she'll convey that as well. She'll let everyone know, like, all the weird stuff about them.
These Migo, if we're able to take the weapon from them, do you know how tough they are without those weapons? It would seem that is their mainstay.
I mean, they can be fairly tough. They can wield these crystal scimitars in combat, 2 of them. They're quite deadly. Their skin is thick, hard to pierce through, and they have a lot of life about them.
Whatever plan, if we're going back to this location and you three are going to join us, we need to make some type of secure plan before we go. We've already lost 2 and probably 3 people there.
Do they not have any weaknesses, Zinnia? I mean, they are mortal, yes.
They are mortal, yes, but unfortunately, Brighild, if I remember correctly, you use cold to your advantage, but Migo are completely immune to the cold, as well as to vacuums.
Xenia, from your travels and your knowledge about this creature, do you know if there are any extra abilities that they have when you approach them? I think you mentioned something about falling asleep.
Yes, they can put their opponents to sleep through a strange chittering that they do. They can furthermore influence the minds of those who they put to sleep, causing them to do things they normally wouldn't do.
Do they do so through audible assaults? If one were to plug one's ears, would that help at all?
I am not entirely sure, to be completely honest.
From what I'm hearing, perhaps I could turn all of us invisible and make a few of you stronger than you are. And if you're able to plug your ears, you could approach it closer and whack it all at the same time.
Well, let me tell you, magnificent robed one. I do not know who you are.
Eka is my name.
You sound like you are a very studious person, Eka, but do you not know we've used these spells before? And it is great to be invisible, but as soon as you reach out and attack someone, you usually come back visible unless you have something more powerful than what we've dealt with.
Absolutely. But I am looking at that gentleman over there. What is your name, sir? And he's looking at Bale. Bale.
You're muted, Rush.
Yeah, somebody muted me somehow. Um, I am Bale the mercenary.
I think I have heard of you. You're quite famous, all of you. Penesta and Brighild and Bale. All the songs and taverns sing of your exploits. And your
Well,
songs are quite catchy. And
I'm
he nods
sorry,
at Penesta.
I've never heard of you before.
Oh, it's okay. I'm Eka, the unseen. Obviously, I'm unheard as well. But I was looking at that gentleman and how magnificently large he is. And look at the size of his hammer. If all of you were that strong and have the first whack at that creature, I doubt that the creature would last much longer than a couple of rounds.
Well,
He shrugs.
let us say that everyone has their oh, what's the big word I'm looking for? He kind of looks over Brickhill. Everyone's got their own specialty. Mine is this giant hammer, but I've seen the smallest, much more less statuesque people accomplish great feats. Size is not everything.
Well, this man does have good ideals about trying to plug our ears from maybe protecting us from these sounds of these creatures. And he has a good idea about the invisible. What maybe we could add to it would be if one of us could go or two of us go invisible and attack it and try to dislodge the weapon from it. If we can get away from it, I think it's easier. But there's something else we must consider, and maybe Zinnia can lend her ear to this. I'm sure we only saw one of those creatures that approached us, but I would think it probably has many more friends, probably somewhere.
Yes, many of them have been known to inhabit islands at one time. And furthermore, one thing I didn't get a chance to mention, they can bind people with magic. They can use a magic that will cause people to stop in their tracks, hold them in place.
Yes, it is a brilliant point that you bring up. It is imperative that we're not seen until we're within the striking distance.
As far as going ahead, I have learned how to not fall asleep to such creatures. So I would not need to plug my ears, and I would be willing to take point.
Always brave and heroic, Zinnia.
I will, Panista will look at Dougal and say, you've been very quiet. What do you do?
I just kind of hang around a bit. I was thinking before we all get caught up on all this bloodlust, we should probably get to know each other a bit better. We seem like we're all intent on killing before knowing. But that's okay. I mean,
well,
if you're all that gung-ho, I mean,
normally, my new friend, Dougal, I would be right with you. I'm definitely all about talking before killing, but this thing has a disintegration ray that reduced two of my friends to dust, and the other one, I don't want to think about what fate might be befalling him.
You mean there is a friend of yours that has been captured by this creature?
That's the assumption I'm making. He was put to sleep by the creature.
Well, then perhaps we shouldn't let our panic get the best of us. Maybe we ought to relax and let cooler heads think about this before we go in. all excited about this.
How
Well, maybe
much
you
of-
should just go and speak to him. Would you like to just, maybe you could have a conversation with it?
You're Brighild, aren't you? Do you have an older sister?
No, I'm the only child.
Oh, yeah. There's probably a reason for that. I don't know why, but I'm guessing.
Yeah. Helene is leaning on her giant hammer, and you hear her kind of mumble under her breath. She's like, "Druids."
So, how long have you been here? How much of the island have you managed to explore?
Not much. We encountered a ship that had been shipwrecked, and one of our friends was attacked by a ghost and aged rapidly, which ended up, not really mattering because he got disintegrated not long after that. But still, and then we went into the trap door. We've encountered these creatures and these two oons, as you call them, and unfortunately, that's about as far as we've gotten because we've had such bad luck.
Death trap. I tell you, this island is a death trap.
And
Well,
you mentioned the black goat. We encountered that statue made out of these crystals there at first, and it enchanted itself. It was a pretty hard target itself, Zinnia.
Wow. Enchanted goat. I've never heard of that, I don't believe.
Well, you did mention those creatures worship goats.
Well, yes, they do worship the black goat, though I've never heard of a physical manifestation, not thus far. It's believed to be a god, but we're not entirely sure.
I have a feeling this was some sort of demon, the way we were told that it was kind of a demon, and then it kind of disintegrated into flies at the end. So it definitely had powers. And it was like Brighild said, it was very hard to hit. We did admit, yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, I may have a way for us to explore more of the island, to map it out some more. It just depends on how selfish my companion Ika here is. Not selfish, how willing he is to help with his magic.
My magic is my agency, my friend. Stay out of it. And he glares at you. And then he smiles. But I shall turn you invisible if you're planning on investigating further and scouting ahead, as usual.
What I would like to do is fly around and map out the island so that we can see everything that's around. I mean, that would be the smart play, in my opinion. What do you think, Brighild and Pinesta?
Oh, he has a way of turning you into something that could fly and possibly be unseen.
Yes, I have turned him invisible and had him fly around things before. And ever since that time, he has always begged me to make him fly again. I suppose it is quite addictive.
Why do you continue to call me him?
Are we talking about the same person
yes.
here?
Her.
Oops. Yeah, so Druid, Helene says, can't Druids also fly?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I heard the Druids are pretty good at flying.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be a canary or something, since, you're not much of a fighter.
Oh, that kind of hurt. That did. That really kind of hurt. That was a slight, wasn't it?
No, of
It would
course
appear,
not.
though, he has quite a bit of bulk on his body. Maybe we will see if he can wield any weapons or not.
Now, are you Brighild the Forlorn that I have heard about?
No,
did Laughlin really die for you? Is that what I heard?
And she says nothing, but you see her face turning red.
Oh boy.
Oh, so Dougal, you're a druid. We had a druid before, and she could fly, so you can fly too. I'm like putting myself in between him and Brighild.
Well, I just heard that song. I was just wondering if that was true. Is that because you know how songs have a certain element of truth to it? I was wondering if that was true or not.
Dougal, my friend,
What?
maybe wise to drop this conversation. Doesn't seem appropriate, especially to the moment when we just lost so many of our own companions.
I know, we're getting to know each other. And
And
sometimes
we have
loss
lost our
is,
beloved ship as well. You are right, Xenia. Perhaps I shall allow you to fly and scout out the island. It is a wise thing to do. Come on. And he leads her, he motions her to get to the deck of the ship.
I'll
I
go to
guess-
Dougal and I'll say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Lachlan died fairly heroically defending us from some pretty horrific things like snake men. And so it's kind of a sore spot with Brig. So just maybe ixnay on the Auckland A.
Oh, okay. Well, I will apologize to her.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
figured after a couple of years that she would have mended her heart by now.
Well, they were close. So just like I said, sometimes it takes longer than a couple of years, especially when the relationship was what it was. So
Yes. He says, okay.
okay.
Bale points at Pinesta when she speaks the pig Latin, and he snaps his finger and he goes, Latin, speak not the words of that Roman swine here. I'm still sore at them for what they did.
The Romans, that's right.
Well, if you all don't mind, before we get started, I would like to say a prayer to my Lady Artemis and put the souls of my crew at rest.
You're here.
Helene shrugs and walks away.
How rude.
Okay, so you're gonna scout.
She's about to pray.
Pray first. Okay.
Yes. And Zinnia will make like a small altar to Artemis and say a prayer while I don't know his what is the plan that Dougal is going to become a bird and fly around the island?
No, I told you, you would be able to fly invisibly,
Okay.
as
Sure.
usual.
Well, she'll do her duties first. She feels she needs to. And then she'll be willing to go.
Ekka's there and praying alongside her for the loss of her crewmen.
Excellent. Yeah, for sure. You make your offerings to Artemis about your lost sailors. And sure, you're going to cast upon or a fly spell?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast upon her the fly spell. I think it lasts about 6 turns. That's about an hour or so.
It's 6 turns plus 1 turn per your caster level.
Okay, so 12 turns total. Yeah. And he looks at you and says, remember, come back in about, less than 2 hours. I cannot guarantee that you won't fall out of the sky if you linger longer.
And do you cast invisibility upon her as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so being invisible and able to fly,
You can
she will
travel
fly,
in 60 movements.
Yeah, so she'll, with her huge speed, fly around the island. By the way, she would have put on her armor and everything before she got invisible.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. You're able to get up and fly. I mean, I'm not going to worry about tracking the exact time because we're just doing an overview shot of this, right? So what you see, I just freed the whole thing up so you guys can see, is various items on the island. There's a few things that you notice. Of course, I mean, this character doesn't know, but the rest of the crew knows. You see the area labeled E. Hold on, let me get my little pointer so I can point. This labeled E is a large lake. Right here, where it's A, is that Hyperborean shrine. These cliffs have many kind of caves in them. Over here, where it says D, you can see that the water seems to be reddish in color, kind of You can see water coming up, like kind of you can probably from some underground stream or something. Let's see what other letters are on here. H over here, you actually see some like canoes on the beach, but you don't see any camp. You just see some canoes on the beach. Over here, G is the wrecked boat, which they told you about already, about the being haunted. And most noticeable, I is, of course, you can't see these paths because they're covered. But you see this opening, a clearing rather, and in this clearing you see in the circular formation, a 100-foot diameter ring of black crystal obelisks. They're about 25 feet tall and about 5 foot thick, and you can see that they are. I mean, it's daytime, so it's hard to you maybe don't notice it immediately, but when you get a little close to them, you can see that there's kind of like almost like a bit of energy, like electrical energy, kind of crackling. Like you see, like every once in a while, you see like. But it's hard to really tell from. I'm assuming you're flying up high to be able to see everything. You probably see the letter J on the thing, but you can't see that because it's under the trees. And roll a d6 to see if anything sees you up there. Oh, you're invisible.
Hey, Daniel. Question on that lake. Also, when you say it's large, I mean, we'd have to have a boat to go across it.
It is roughly a half mile in diameter. Yeah,
Oh,
but you can go around the perimeter of it. And actually, you know what? You probably would see this, Crystal. Let me just see how big it is. Lake. Oh, on the southern side of the lake. So down, south is the bottom of the thing. So somewhere down here, you can actually see that there's some kind of like, I guess from the air, what it would look like is a large kind of like a thick piece of like wood, like holding up a sign basically, and there's a sign attached to it that seems to be made out of stone. But of course you can't read it unless you fly down there. So you guys didn't see that when you were up there before. It's because it's down here. It's probably about a half mile from where you guys were before. So there's like a sign or a plaque, if you will, right there. And yeah, and I'll say you can see all that before you fly back. That's probably more than you would have been able to see, but whatever, it's fine. Because 60 movements not that fast.
Would she have time to fly down to that sign and then, and fly back?
Sure. Do you speak Hellenic or read?
I do not.
Okay. You see that it is written in a language you cannot read.
Okay. So she'll fly back to the boat, and I'm sure they have like ink and paper there. So she'll draw out the map and be like, okay, here, which I'm going to label A, is this weird temple.
Okay.
And she'll explain everything she saw. And she did not want to get too close to I, because it was lightning coming off of it.
Excellent choice not to approach
now,
it
of course,
too
if
close.
you did that, when you came back to the boat, you would have had to have turned visible in order to do this, right? Or are you standing around invisible? Because that's kind of an odd.
She flicks Ika's ear.
Well, I'm just saying that you're visible. I just want to make it clear, because invisible lasts until it ends. So yeah. Okay. I mean, you certainly could stay invisible, but nobody will know who you are.
Like, in fact, when she comes back, she doesn't say anything, and then just randomly Ika's like, "Ow!" and then she's just behind him.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you actually turn visible?
Once I'm done and everything, yeah.
Okay. And he's going to turn back at you and say, "Oh, you wasted another invisibility spell. Why did you hurt me? You could have just tapped me on the shoulder and draw things while you're invisible. That would have wowed these new welcome friends."
Oh, geez, I always seem to forget that, Ika.
All right. Well, it is excellent thing that you did not land near that point. And he points to I, and he, looks at the map and says, "Whereabouts was your entrance where your friends have gone missing?"
It was up near the lake there. Is where we encountered the black goat creature on that area there, and then we went down underground from there near the lake.
Well, if you are going there to assault this creature that have taken the lives of your friends, We shall be there alongside you.
Well, as I said earlier, you used the word creature as singular. I'm sure there are more than one of those creatures in that complex somewhere. And now they know that they have been broken into. I'm sure they're going to be expecting us to come back.
Yes. But our ranger here is an excellent tracker, and she has scouted out what awaited us in many, many occasions. That's why we still live, despite many of our adventures. Perhaps she would lead us in going down into this dungeon. She could probably.
Oh yes, I have full faith in Zinnier. I'm just wondering about the musclehead back there. What does he do exactly for you?
Oh, he's quite able to defend himself and to help us. We've come quite far with him.
Well, he does have the physique for doing something up close. I'm hoping that he will show that to us at some point, but it seems that he is more inquired of peace of all creatures, more so than these things are not going to seek peace, I can tell you. And you're already familiar with them, Zinnia. You know probably more than I do.
Yes. Also, Dougal, they're completely unnatural. They're not of this world. They don't belong here.
Dougal is a man of few words, but plenty of action. Isn't
How
that
do you
right,
think
Dougal?
these creatures got here, Zinnia? I mean, do they come through some type of portal, or could they come from, you mentioned these lightning obelisks, could they come have some kind of portal there they come in?
Yes, they're able to fly through the Gulf using their wings, though their wings don't help them to fly here. We've never seen them able to fly here. But in the Gulf, they can bend the dimension itself to their will and travel wherever they like. So they often will actually make lands here, spy on men, take their brains, experiment on them. If your friend is down there, if even assuming that he's alive, he's not going to be your friend anymore.
Vanessa, is it something that we desire to go and try to look for? We have to make some plan, though, to protect ourselves and leave and use wisdom if it goes bad again.
I agree. I think it might be worth to go back down there and see what's there. But I'll admit these things scared me. And we do need a really, really good plan. And I feel bad if Basil is undergoing some kind of horrible torture. I mean, mostly bad. I mean, he did lose the carpet and everything. But I think we should try it again. But if there is going to be a lot of them, then we need to maybe not go there. I don't know. What do you think? How many do you think there could be, Xenia?
Only if we have some kind of a crystal ball.
Well,
there could be many of them, and they're probably taking those lives to the Underborea.
Well, it would seem as the robed one here has got to start on a good plan about as many people as he can make invisible and something to plug our ears and hopefully protect from the eerie sound they make of being charmed to them. And if we can at least subdue one of them and get the weapon away from them, that would be a start and figure out how to use that weapon.
I agree. That would be the best way to do this. And of course, and I'll smile at Ika, I can do invisibility as well, so I can help you.
Yes, as I expect. From famous Penesta. Many people sing of your exploits.
Quick question, Daniel. Would I have been able, since I don't know the language, would I have been able to at least detect what language it might have been? Could I have been oh, this is Hellenistic, I've seen the symbols,
Roll a d6. We'll give you a 2 in 6 chance. I mean,
Okay.
why not? I mean, there's no reason why you would.
2.
2. Yeah, you.
So she'll say, oh, and that sign, I'm pretty sure it was written in Hellenia. Like, do you speak that language, Ika? Or do you know how to read its symbols?
Well, have you ever seen me fail to identify things before?
Hmm?
And then he peers at you.
I can't say I have.
He shrugs. Well, if all things fail, then I'll just rely on my identify spell.
Okay. Well, so I don't know how important that sign would even be, but if we're gonna head towards the lake, it's there.
Well, words are always important, always. So yeah. I have a good respect for words, so if we can figure out what it says, that'd be great. Now, Ika, how many people can you turn invisible?
Well, that's the thing. I could turn everyone within 10 foot of me invisible, but if you leave the sphere, then you will become visible. So I
Yes.
would have to accompany you into this dark dungeon and be at the mercy of facing this creature, which I'm very reluctant to do. However, I can turn one more person invisible without relying on that spell.
If I can do one. But as Brinkhild says, once you hit him, you're visible. And if he doesn't die, if things go badly, they'll go really badly. I mean,
Well, yes, I could make someone very large. Actually, I could make two of our warriors extremely large. And if anyone needs it, I could make them stronger as well. But just one person.
Well, one good advantage, if they both are invisible and can sneak up on this creature to be within close range of it and try to take this weapon away, maybe the creature cannot use it up close. Maybe it will have to resort to its swords that it had.
It looks like Bale over there could probably wrestle that creature down to the ground and take away its weapon if he had a jump on him.
I could, but name me someone else who could hit it harder than I.
Bricchio looks towards the druid.
yeah, that guy looks like he might be able to. Maybe.
He is very strong.
I can hit things. If you want me to hit things, yeah, I can hit things.
Well, this thing is very deserves to be hit. Trust me, Dougal. Trust me.
Oh, no, absolutely. I don't know what his skill is with a great hammer. And
Oh, I'm sure you're both very good at hitting things.
I'm reluctant to let someone else take my ancestral weapon.
Oh no, we weren't talking
Oh
about
no,
letting them take the weapon. Yeah.
No, you can have your hammer.
Go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just agreeing with you. We're not suggesting him take your weapon, Bale. I'm sure he has his own weapons.
Yeah, we're talking about, I think, making you and Dougal invisible because you may hit the hardest. Although maybe not. Brinkhild hits pretty hard.
I've seen Xenia take down incredible creatures in the past, of course, with my help and power.
Yes.
Ladies, as usual, you tell me what you need me to do, and I shall do it.
How about this, my friends, my new friends as well? We could rely on Xenia to scout ahead because she's an excellent ranger and tracker. I could turn her invisible and enlarge her and strengthen her as well if we were to encounter this creature. So perhaps that may be the way.
Yes, but as I recall, doesn't that enlargement, the strengthening that you do to me only lasts for about 10 minutes?
Absolutely. So you should scout ahead and let us know if you see these types of creature or creatures. And before we encounter them, I could ensure Or try to turn the tide on our favor with some of my magic. If you're not opposed to receiving magic, that is. Some people are extremely reluctant.
No,
I don't think
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think that's the best approach at first. I think it would be best that you make the two strongest ones here invisible, and if Xenia does wish to scout ahead, but have the two strong ones completely invisible, and it would be the first line of attack against this creature to try to get the weapon, I think. Would you not agree, Xenia?
I'm not exactly weak myself. Wouldn't be able to wield this if I weren't, she says, tapping her two-handed scimitar.
Well, I'm not saying you do not have the strength. I have some strength myself, but I think, of course, you've not seen Bell in action. I have. I know his strength, and the one that talks a lot, he appears to have physical strength too.
I mean, if she wants to go wrestle it from the creature with her bare hands, then by all means, I don't stop her.
Why only one? Have both of you work together. Tackle it at the same time and try to wrest it away from that creature.
Yes, I have no problem with that. Or I could engage it close up and we could have someone engage it far away. As I said, I will not be put to sleep by this creature. My mind has been attuned to not do so.
And you can always sever its limb, the one that's holding that strange weapon that they use to turn your friends to dust.
Yeah. What is this weapon made of?
I don't know what it's made of, but it does disintegrate. And this thing has several limbs. Like it's certainly not a symmetrical body plan. It has lots of limbs, and it had wings as well.
Right. Just so, because Crystal, you would know this, your character would know this. The pistols are made of crystal. They're made of the black crystal.
Yes, they're made of black crystal, just like the scimitars that they wield in combat.
Could it be that these scimitars would turn you into dust also upon strike?
No, though they are very tough. Getting hit by one is not a fun ordeal to go through.
Well, then how about this, my friends? We turn two of you, burly fellas, or all three of you, invisible. You approach it together silently and tackle it at once. Two of you could tackle it and wrestle that weapon away while the other one hacks at its limbs.
I will just...
Is that not what I have been saying for half an hour now?
Yes, I believe it is.
Yes, of course you have. I was entirely certain that it was my idea, but I see that how your input could have influenced me to think in that direction.
I will just warn you, if they're made out of that black crystal, that means they're probably magic, right? Because the goat and needed magic weapons, and that the crystal door we broke through needed magic to affect it. So just a warning, those black crystal scimitars might be magic. Might be.
Would I know if they are or not, Daniel?
Magic?
Yes.
I would think that you would probably... would you think they were magic? They are not magic in a classic way. No.
I'm not entirely sure if they possess magic or not. I only know that they are not something to be trifled with.
Right.
But
well,
yes.
All I was saying was it took magic to hurt the crystal before.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Well, I do have a magical sword here myself, so.
Well, whenever you are ready.
Yep. I just wanted everyone to. Yep, that's fine. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's the plan here? You're going to go to the island and go back up to the Hyperborean shrine that you fought the black crystal goat on, and then make your way down? Is that your plan, or are you going to do something else first?
Yeah, I think we were going to look at that signpost first, so weren't we?
Okay, fair enough. All right, so let's see. Let's have Nikki roll a d6 for me to see if, as you're walking up there, I'm assuming you go in the same way you've gone before, so you can move pretty quickly. So we'll just have a d6 roll.
All right, I'll just roll it in. Roll 20. D6. 3.
Okay, yeah. You spot in the distance which is the first time you've seen these, some giant eagles flying around, but they seem to be at the northern part of the island and don't really, seem to pay you any mind as you're coming up the path along the. Somebody's got a lot of background noise. TV possibly. Okay. You're coming up the path as before, and you can penetrate the woods a little bit earlier, so you can get to where the crystal sign is, or the crystal sign, the sign the crystal saw. So it's down in this area. There's not like an individual map for that area. So yeah, you guys come to the sign without encountering any animals beyond small kind of regular woodland animals that you might normally encounter. And there is in fact a sign there. It is made. It's on a big thick, now almost so old that it's become like rock hard, but the word escapes me, petrified piece of wood, and on it is a sign on a huge piece of stone. It's chiseled. It is in Hellenic, Atlantean Hellenic at that. Somebody speak that language or something close to it?
No, I don't.
Not me.
Nope.
Becca?
What are we rolling?
Do you
I'm
speak
sorry, guys.
Atlantean or Hellenic Atlantean?
I actually haven't rolled my language yet, but
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah.
So you're gonna randomly roll it now, so you possibly know what it is.
Uh,
All this time you've
yeah. I'm sorry. I had to
you
make
didn't
that
realize.
character detail at the last
No,
moment.
I mean I'm just all this
What's
time
your-
you've been adventuring, and all of a sudden you. Oh, go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
What's your? I was just going to ask him what his intelligence was. You may have more than one.
yeah.
16.
Oh yeah.
I think
I
he
believe
knows
that'll be-
two additional languages, maybe.
Just if you want to know this language, we'll do it like that way. You can just you
Okay.
can know this language, because otherwise it just becomes silly. Yeah. Okay. So just mark that down. You know Hellenic, well, the Atlantean dialect of Hellenic.
Okay.
And yeah, you see this dirty marble plaque. It's not granite, it's marble. Sorry, it's granite earlier. And it reads as follows: Drink, be healed, and live as an Atlantean for a day. Lay thy cup to rest for a night, and be refreshed forever.
Yeah, he translates that for everybody.
Yeah, it would seem that you are of some use being able to read that. Do you have any idea possibly what it would mean, though?
Well, if anyone is brave enough, I would say this drinking from this would allow you to be healed. That's my immediate.
Well, since this is out in the nature, the druid, you're familiar with things of such, are you not?
Yeah, I'll go check it out. Does the water appear to be normal?
Yes.
I mean, it's not
You-
like
you see-
polluted or.
Right. I was gonna say, you sense that the water itself and the grounds around the water are especially pure.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this seems very pure. I'll take a drink.
Yeah, it is super refreshing. Yeah, clean.
Tasty.
Well, he hasn't exploded. Excellent. Well, I
Yes,
suppose
absolutely
that does
perfectly clean.
mean.
I just
I
kinda
suppose that
hold
does
my
mean that it
hands
is
up.
safe. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nothing has happened yet.
Do you think, Zinnia, that this water will have any effect on the creatures? I mean, if this water has some type of properties that are not just normal water, would they have any effect of maybe throwing them on the creature itself?
I am not sure. Could my wilderness survival help me in here to see if there's anything odd about this water? I don't think it will.
The water is clean and natural. I mean, it's well, I shouldn't say natural. The water is clean. Without some kind of magic, you wouldn't be able to detect more than the fact that it's safe to drink.
Okay. All I can tell you is that it does seem safe to drink. It's fresh and clean.
It
Clear
was like
water.
who just drank some and said the same thing.
That's okay.
Yep.
Perhaps if I
As
give
For
him
the
some time,
redundant party.
As Dougal said, yes.
perhaps if I give him some time later, I could identify exactly what it does. But I don't want to study this water when there are some of your friends, or at least one of your friends, who may be suffering from torture.
Well, let's take a water skin of it with us, though, for later.
Of course. And
Sure,
Eka
that's
pulls
not
out a
bad.
little tiny vial. You don't know where he got it, but he pulls it out and takes a small vial of that water.
Zinnia will empty her her water skin and fill her water skin with this water.
Okay. Yeah, definitely can do that. It's very, very clean and crisp. I mean, it mostly reminds you of like if you were to get to the very top of a mountain spring where the water is just coming out of the ground. It's the absolute purest. That's what this whole lake feels like.
Well, I have a thought real quick. This says to drink, be healed, and live as an Atlantean for a day, if I remember correctly. What if it does have magical properties? What if it would allow us to breathe under the water?
So you want me to go breathe?
I'll stick your head in the thing and see if you can breathe underneath the water.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just be careful.
Here we
Dougal.
go. Be careful. Of course, I'm careful.
Right. Okay, so how are you gonna do this?
I'm just going to walk into the lake and I'm going to stick my head in the water.
Okay, so you're gonna like go with like you're not just gonna go up front, like stick your face in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you go into the lake. It's very cool and refreshing.
Yep.
And you go under the water, and yeah, absolutely, you can breathe under the water.
I'll swim a little deeper.
It's fairly deep. Let me just go to the lake itself. But it's very clear as well. Roll a d6 for me. Okay, that's good enough. You can see, more towards the center of the lake because it's so clear. You can actually see at the bottom of the lake there's a grate. There's like a the lake itself, by the way, it's like muddy and sandy or whatever like a lake would be. Not sandy but muddy up near the shore. But you can see that as it gets more towards the center, you see that it's actually like almost like stone, like a basin. And in the center of it, you see what appears to be a grate. It's kind of like dead center in the lake, so it's pretty far away from you. It's like almost a quarter of a mile away, or maybe almost a little more than that away, and it's obviously under the water.
Okay. I will surface and swim back to everyone else. And I will quietly explain to them what I have seen.
Oh, and by the way, I should just mention the reason why you can see the grate from so far away is it's 20 feet by 20 feet. It's huge, for a grate. It's not like a little tiny grate. It's, yeah.
I was beginning to worry you had drowned under there.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's great. Oh, and speaking of grates, there's a big grate underneath there. It's a very large grate. It could be a way for us to get down.
Interesting. Well, what do the rest of you think?
Oh, I do not know. I mean, we know the water now, what properties it at least holds for breathing there, and I have things I could do if I needed to breathe underwater, but what if hey Daniel, and also you said he's described it as big. Would we know it's like wide enough we could go swim through it without having to break part of it loose or something? Or would he have been able to tell that?
Yeah, it was kind of far away to see that, I'll say. It's unclear.
All right.
You'd have to swim to it to know for sure. Maybe. That's a good question.
It would be, yeah, if it would be easy, Xenia, for us to swim on through it without trying to break part of the grate loose or something. I mean, that would make unheeded noise, but I don't know. What do you think, Bale, Panesta? I don't know.
I'm not
Well,
sure. I mean, this is beyond me. I'm used to fighting men on foot in a field.
Well, if I may interject, I must say that you are easily distracted. Well, there had been some plans that we made to rescue your friend or to slay that creature, but now seeing a new lake, we would like to go in there. No, I do not believe that would be the thing to do at this point.
The lake may lead to the
Ika,
temple.
life changes. I mean, there's flexibility in life, right?
Yes, sure, but
Not
order,
not everything is stone.
but order and plan does triumph over chaos.
Yes, and grass and reeds and wind. Those are all flexible things.
Mm.
You're putting your mind to too much thinking. Yes, we are thinking that maybe this would lead into that underground complex where these creatures and our friend is.
Yes, but that is uncertain, while as if you take the route that you have taken before, then we are certain to come across that place.
Yes, but I would rather not go into a place where Amigo is probably expecting company. I mean, after all, they have these laser guns that can turn people to dust.
Yes, and what would I ever do if you were to turn to dust? Well, do as you will, I shall follow.
I mean, it may come out. We saw the water before, the pool. We didn't go down there, but we saw it. It could come out there.
I mean, I can go and scout it out.
Oh, I
See
don't
where
want
it
you to
goes.
go alone, Dougal. But
Well,
I'm
that
afraid
is-
I'm not going to be much of a swimmer in this kind of armor.
That is a good idea, though. We could at least go to the grate itself and see if it's wide enough for us to go through without removing part of it. I think you should at least do that, but I agree, do not go any further and jeopardize yourself.
Right. Yep, I think that's a good idea. Just take a closer look.
Yes. And thank you for your bravery, Dougal.
Yeah,
Okay.
Helene kind of looks.
I'd look at Helene.
Yeah, she gives you a little smile, kind of when Bale's not looking. Sorry, Bale. You're standing up top. He's taking the risks.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. We were never exclusive.
Yeah, so you walk back in. You can, as noted, breathe underwater.
Yep.
I just want to see how long it lasts for. I think it's for a long time. Okay. So yeah, you walk down to the grate. Or swim down, however you do it. To take you a little while because obviously you're going like a quarter of a mile into the water.
Yeah.
You know, swimming, walking, running, however you want to do it. You get to the grate and you see that probably like an unarmored person could squeeze through. But if you're wearing any kind of bulky armor, you'd have to probably bend the bars. You wouldn't have to remove anything, but you'd have to at least bend them wider. And you can actually feel, which maybe is a little bit strange, but it's hard to know at this point because you don't see anything feeding this lake. But you can actually feel as you get closer to it that it almost feels like a drain. Like you can feel the water is draining through this grate.
Okay.
It's not so strong as to pull you through, but you can tell that like if you were to like go into it, you'd go down. It goes straight down.
Right. I shall return. I
Alright,
come
so
up
while
out of the lake and spread my arms and go, the conquering hero returns.
All right. So while you're gone, though, let's see if they're alive when you get back. Let's see.
Then I shall
Tony,
call to the giant eagles and fly
roll
away.
a d6.
With me rolling, we know that it's not going to be good. That is a 1.
No, really? Tony got a 1? That's so unusual.
You believe it?
All right, let's see. While you guys are waiting, up top, let's see what we run into. Roll me d12, Tony.
All right.
We have a ranger with us, so it's hard for us to be surprised, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, that's right.
I didn't say
Because
that you were
of
surprised.
my
I had a
ambush.
7.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. As he said, No one ever said we were surprised.
Yeah, you're right. Just to see if there was a monster. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually perfect. You actually hear the sound, like a squawking sound, kind of coming from, because it's probably like just outside, you walk through the woods to get here. It sounds like it's out on the cliff. You hear like and you had seen those giant eagles before. You hear like a squawking sound, and you hear a man's voice yelling. He's saying, back, back. And you can hear like the sounds of the eagle, like, clearly there's a combat going on, but you hear a man's voice yelling. It's probably
How
like
close are we?
100 yards. You're probably like 100 yards away, but you'd have to run through the woods, so you can't really see exactly what's going on at this moment. You can just hear it.
Well, it would seem there's maybe could it be some of the people from your ship? Has any of it survived?
I could only hope so. Let's quickly go and check it out.
Well, I think one of us should stay here for Dougal when he surfaces back.
Of course.
I shall wait for Dougal. He is my friend after all.
Belle, would you mind going with me?
Sure.
Vanessa, I will go with him also.
He unhalfs his hammer.
It's a good idea, Brickhild. Good idea.
You protect the multicolored robe one.
I'll stay here with Ika. That's fine. Ika, right?
Eka, the unheard.
Eka.
No. Yes.
Eka, okay.
Normally I'm unseen, but now I'm unheard, seeing how no one knows me around here.
Yes.
Nice.
It's almost like you're not even there.
Right. So you run through the woods, hearing combat and wanting to see what it is. Probably slow down as you start to approach, so you don't pop out into something that you don't want to run into. And you can see out on the cliff edge that there's a man, an Eskimo man. He's kind of burly and a bit older. He's got a shell, like a crab shell armor on, and he's fighting with a spear. At this point, he's got this giant eagle actually on the ground, and you can see his spears in. And he's kind of like holding it down. And it seems to be like he seems to be winning the fight at this point. But you can see that he obviously had a tough fight with this thing, and he seems to be killing it at this point. Obviously, he's occupied, so he doesn't hear you approaching.
Yeah,
Why would one hunt such a magnificent creature?
I don't think that they were hunting it. I think that perhaps they were being attacked. I'll go first. You stay here. And Xenia will extend her hand, and she'll like walk out from where she's at with her hand extended as a gesture of peace, saying, hello.
Okay. Yeah, he turns back towards you. He's got the spear stuck in the thing, and it's like squawking, and he kind of looks back. He says, "Stay back. This is very dangerous. Stay back. Let me finish it." And he's kind of trying to like kill this thing. Oh wow, that's a good roll. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to see if he killed it or not. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You see the thing start to and it kind of stops, and you can actually tell. I mean, you're a ranger, so you've seen animals and stuff quite a bit. You've been around them. You can see that this giant eagle is very, very sickly looking. It's covered in like boils, and like where there should be a lot of feathers, as you can see the bare skin and like kind of coppery looking wounds all over it. And he pulls his spear out and he turns towards you. He kind of levels it, obviously to guard himself as he sees a stranger, and he says, "What are you doing on this island? It's dangerous."
Yes, indeed. I was shipwrecked onto this island. I mean you no harm. I heard your cries and came to help.
Oh, kind of squints a little bit. And he says, well, I appreciate that. He kind of like puts his spear down on the ground. He's leaning on it. And he says, yes, these things can be quite vicious. And he kind of holds out his hand. You see he's missing a finger. And he says, one of them got the best of me not too long ago. But they seem to be getting worse. worse and worse.
Yes, I can see that they look sickly. Not to alarm you, but I do have other compatriots on this island as well.
Oh, whole crew
Don't
of
you
you were
think
shipwrecked.
that? Yes. I just don't want you to think that there's any ill intent. Should others arrive in this location, they may have also heard you're fighting and be drawn to the sound.
See, shipwrecked people, not the people from that boat. He doesn't actually turn away from you, but he kind of points with his thumb. Because up on these cliffs, you can clearly see the junk floating in the water, 3 miles away.
Well, that is not my ship. My ship is on the bottom of the sea.
Nuts. He's like, it's funny because you came off that boat this morning.
I did, but it's still not my ship. I saw it shelter there when my ship sank.
I see.
Hey, Daniel, are we able to bail not on doesn't want to able to sneak around the edge of the wood line and try to get back?
You want to flank him? You couldn't get behind him because he's kind of at the edge of the cliff, but you could come out and flank him, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can do that. You're just gonna get in position, or you're gonna step out?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay hidden until I see Xenia give us or unless he does something.
Okay. Yeah. He says, well, I'll tell you that this is a dangerous place to be. And whoever picked you up in that boat, you probably want to be leaving soon.
Well, when you're in the kind of work that I'm in, no place is necessarily safe.
Oh. What kind of work are you in?
Adventuring.
He smiles.
For my Lady Artemis, and she'll show him her symbol. I mean, she doesn't know that he worships crabs.
Yeah, he looks. He nods. He says, well, what is it that you seek on this island?
I have come here from business of my temple. They have come to have me seek something of value here. Strange coins have been appearing on the lands, and we believe that this may be the location of them.
Nods. Well, there are certainly some strange coins to be had, but it is quite dangerous, as I said. You probably want to leave.
If it's so dangerous, then why are you still here?
Kind of eyeball you. He says, well, I'm on a vision quest, and I must help my brethren. And he kind of clicks the crab armor that he's wearing.
I see. Where are your brethren now? Were they?
Oh, don't worry. They're not. They don't have you surrounded or anything.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes, they stay close to the water.
So they haven't, and you haven't explored the interior of the island then?
He just looks at you. What's everybody else doing?
Vale just makes the comment that he says when he says they don't have you surrounded or anything, and Vale's just like, well, that's good because then I'd have them right where I wanted them.
And he turns and looks towards the bush where you're hiding behind. He kind of looks at he looks back at Xenia, and he says, I know more of the island than you, since you just got here. But as I said, with knowledge will likely come death. So I would leave if I was you.
Death is what I do best, and I was once a mortician after all. Besides, I can't leave this island even if I wanted to. I'm on a quest of my own. Honor, same as yourself, for my temple.
Stealing treasure from a long dead city is not the same as why I'm here.
I have no reply to that.
Yep. He just smiles, and then he turns and he starts walking down the path back towards kind of the direction you guys came originally.
These eagles, do you know what's wrong with them? She's going to call out after him. Yes, she wants to know if he knows what's wrong with the eagles.
Yeah, he turns back and he says, they are corrupted like many things here by the invaders.
Yes, the Oon who attacked my ship also had strange coppery skin like this.
Yes.
Does he respond at all? Does he like act as if he's like not surprised by like the terminology of Oon, or like does he look like he knows what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he just nods.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, then perhaps we should work together, right, Belle? She'll call out since he's already revealed himself.
I'm sorry. Were we supposed to be hiding in the bushes? Because I didn't realize that, or else I wouldn't have said a word.
Clearly.
But I guess I said a word.
It's fine.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
That's more of a frontline fight 'em person, not a sneaky person.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just having fun with it.
Bill just kind of shrugs. And we don't know him. Besides, he accused us of stealing from a dead city. If they're dead, is it really stealing?
I'm not sure now is the time to get into moral arguments such as this.
He smiles a little bit. He says, well, you got me there. But in any case, recovering money to be spent on big city riches is not the same as a vision quest.
I feel that the money may be a side effect. I don't know exactly what I'm here for yet, but I'll know it when I see it.
Many things are like that.
So why don't we work together since this place is so dangerous? And since the life here seems so poor.
He says, let me think on it. And then actually, yeah, he's going to do it because he's a badass. He leaps off the cliff and dives into the water. Like a baller. Yeah. I mean, not like in a suicidal way. You see him hit the bottom and then you're probably like, whoa, and then he comes up.
See, that's why I don't trust him. Who would have expected a man that we're having a conversation with to, just leap off the cliff into the water?
Zinnia kind of shrugs and says, well, he knows how to make an exit.
I don't trust him.
Bricky's going to step out from her hiding spot and look towards Zinnia and go, I would not mess with that eagle. It, like you said, it appears to have some type of corruption, disease, and you don't want to get any of that on you.
Of course. What do you think, Brighild, of this man we encountered? Does he seem trustworthy?
No, I do not trust the man. There's something odd about him. we've been tracking and watching some slavers and pirates and stuff. Not saying that he is part of them, but we may have associations with them. I don't think we should bother this man anymore.
Is the eagle still alive?
No.
Okay.
And it's big, so just so you get an idea, if it's a giant eagle, it's big enough to carry a person. So it's big.
No,
It's
I
like
just,
on the-
if it was
Yeah.
floundering
No.
on the ground, I was going to ask Xenia about, and it's corrupted. I was going to ask Xenia about putting it out of its misery.
Yeah.
Instead,
I was just saying
looked.
that so you had a good picture of it. Sorry, because I just said
Oh,
giant
yeah,
eagle,
yeah.
which could mean any number of things, but yeah, it's big.
Nah, I pictured them being like the Lord of the Rings type giant eagles.
Yep, that's
So,
what it is.
No, I just kind of look at Brighild and I say, I don't trust him. I mean, when I look at Xenia and I say, no offense, but I don't really even know the three of you. And then, but you seem okay. But then there's this man, and perhaps Brighild is rubbing off on me. I don't know, but I don't trust the man. I would say no farther than I can throw him, but I could probably throw him pretty far. So,
Well, we know the man can jump far.
True. You seem to have quite the physique on you, Bale. It's good to have such a broad warrior fighting on our side.
I thank you, but regardless, I see myself having to turn that man's head into a pancake before this is all over with.
Suppose we'll have to see.
I will behave myself, though.
Let us return and see what Dughull has found.
Okay. Yeah, you guys head back, and right around that time, you see your good druid pop up out of the water.
My word, Dougal, you have taken quite a long time down there. I thought you drowned.
What? It's quite a ways out there and quite a ways down.
Yes.
But I'm back.
What did you find?
I found a grid.
That's it?
Yes. Well, it appears to be some sort of drain. There seems to be movement of water through the grid. And if anybody is going to be wearing any sort of bulky armor, it might be difficult for them to get through there.
Well, if we're going to be fighting anything, I don't think we're going to be going down there then.
Well, unless you take the armor off and then pass the armor through.
What if we could bend the bar somehow?
I still don't think you'd swim well in bulky armor, would you?
True.
Yes. Can you not just transport your armor, lace it to your back as like on a backpack and bring it down?
Yeah, I suppose that we could do that. I have rope. I have silk rope actually, so it should hold up underwater, and then I can just drag it up once we swim up.
From what we read, you should be fine for about a day or so. So even if you were to jump in there wearing your armor, you should be able to walk along the bottom of the lake.
That's true.
I say we go this entrance, and as you said before, Xenia, these creatures will not be expecting us probably to come this way. Hopefully we can have the surprise on one of them. Some of us being invisible, we can surprise one of them and at least take one of those weapons away from it.
These grates you mentioned, Dougal, are they made of metal?
Are they?
The grate is metal, yes, it's iron. And not rusted.
There you go.
Well then, perhaps you should go ahead and cast that strength spell that you have on.
Would you stop telling me what to cast and what not to cast? Do
Sorry,
your
I'm
thing.
only
Scout
trying
ahead.
to make a suggestion here.
You are aggravating me, Xenia.
I understand. I'm just saying we're going to have to bend those metal bars. We're going to need all the strength we can get.
Of course.
No, my understanding was we do not need to bend them unless you're going to try to go down there in your armor.
What we want to do is we
Ah.
want to save what necessary spells we can if we come to face those creatures that you've fought before. I don't want Xenia to be disintegrated after all.
Did you not say, oh Druid, that we could probably squeeze our way through if we're wearing minimal armor or whatever?
Yeah, you could get through if you weren't wearing armor or light armor, but anything bulky.
Okay. Yeah, I can take my armor off and squeeze my way through.
I would prefer not to.
Same.
Well, I think though this Eka has the right deal about trying to save the spells until they're most needed. We will most need them inside.
How far down was the great druid?
Well, I mean, you do understand. You just have to take it off to pass through the grid. You could put the armor back on.
Exactly.
Yeah. True. Yes,
It's not like people are taking your armor away from you.
you're right. Sometimes I overthink things. Dougal, you know this.
Yeah. Helene approaches Dougal and says, I'll need you to help me with these straps, though. And she turns around. She's wearing plate armor.
I'll go, okay. And
You're in for a ride there, druid. And I turn and start taking my armor off.
Yeah, she strips out of her plate mail as well. You know, she's following the group right now. She's feeling pretty confident.
So, Helene, you seem to be Amazonian. I'm actually
No
from
doubt.
New Amazonia.
She eyeballs you. Oh, nice.
Paradoxon, actually.
She raises her eyebrows. Oh, so you're one of the Rangers.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Before we go down in the water, he's going to cast invisibility on himself, my character.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, if it's not obvious, I guess it's probably everybody's gonna have to drink that water if you want, unless you have some other means to breathe underwater, because you're not gonna be able to get down there just holding your breath.
Yep, I'll take a drink of it.
I'll drink it.
Yeah,
I
if you
drink it.
You're fine. Were you hurt still, Bergild?
No, I healed up after the
Okay.
night's rest.
Okay. Nobody else. No, Vanessa's not hurt, right?
No, I didn't get hurt.
Okay, cool. No reason.
sure.
Yeah. So
No reason at all.
No reason at all. Just asking. Just
Just a
wondering
little
how you
blood in the
doing.
water, that's all.
Yeah, a little blood in the water. No, yeah. So you enter into the water, and it's strange maybe at first that you can breathe underwater. It's probably an odd feeling for some of you, anyways. I haven't done it before, but you're able to make your way via swimming or walking or whatever towards the center of the lake. And sure enough, there's this giant 20 by 20 grate that is effectively a drain. You can feel the pull. You know, it's not super strong, but you can feel it pulling through, and you can definitely wedge your way and squeeze your way through the thing if you've stripped off any heavier armor, if that's what you like to do. I guess, I mean, you get up there and you're looking, I mean, it looks like it's a drain, right? So it just drops straight down into nothing. But, yeah. Who's going first?
Is the water, if it's going into the drain, the grate, is it like rushing real fast, or it's just like a normal trickle,
I mean, it's not super fast, but, you know, it's definitely there, right? Like, you think, like, for instance, if you were to get above the drain, and it was, in fact, you can try this by just kind of starting to squeeze your way through, you can feel it pulling on you, yes. Like, you would have to aggressively swim and be strong to not get sucked away with it, but it's not like you're going
all right.
to Yeah, I mean it's fast, but it's not like it'll be like dropping essentially because you're basically the water's going down the drain, right? I mean you're essentially falling, but in water.
I would think the ones of us that still have some form of armor should go first in case there's something there, and then the one that mysteriously disappeared, he needs to go also first.
Yeah.
Zinnia agrees to take point, and she'll squeeze her way through the grates.
Okay,
Did
but
she
you
not
stripped your
just
armor off.
hear? Did she not just hear me, Vanessa, saying she should not go first?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the ones that have armor should go first. My
Well,
bad.
No, the ones that have lack armor should
Okay.
go.
I misheard you. Water in my ears. It's
Yes,
hard to-
yes.
Yeah, you are underwater, so you're probably signaling, and then the ranger always wants to go first, so she goes first.
Maybe myself and the druid and the invisible one should go first.
I can come after you guys. I have lighter armor too.
Okay. Yeah. You start to who's going first? We'll just do it that way. Not that it.
Ricky's like pushing and see if she can find the invisible one, trying to push him.
Yeah, he's gonna be hard to find under the water.
Yeah, he's about 20 feet away from you guys.
Yeah, you're looking around for him. You can't see him. You're looking for
I'll
footprints,
go
but here the
first.
floor's rock. Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you get through, you can feel it pulling on you, and you realize that it's just gonna suck you down. Like I said, I mean, not terribly fast, but you feel like your stomach goes a little bit because you feel like you're falling. Yeah. So you guys see Brickhill go and go down. Who's next?
All the
Also-
rest of them probably go back to the shore.
They're all
No,
like,
I'll-
sure that.
It's my girl. I'll follow Brickhill.
Done
All right,
and
he's gonna
done.
go. All right, yeah. So if everybody's going. You drop. Again, it's kind of like going down falling, and you fall for maybe it's hard to know how long because you're underwater. But it's slower obviously than actually falling. But the water is rushing, and then it slowly starts to slope a little bit, so you actually can feel your body hit the side. You're kind of like sliding in a sense. It's still pretty steep. You wouldn't be able to stop yourself very easily. And then it kind of opens up again, and then you drop again, and actually you find yourself falling. See how far you fall, because you're actually going to fall a decent level here. You come in through here. Oh, no, you fall from here. So you fall through a room, and probably those of you who have been down here before, so Pinesta and Brickhill, you notice for a second there's like light, because it's dark in here, obviously, once you start fall. There's like this purpley glow, like you remember from being inside that place where the creatures were. You just see that for a second, and then it feels like you fall into darkness again, and then you are kind of in a stream that seems to be... You can stand up and stop if you want to, but it seems to be rushing forward if you were to keep going with it, or you can stop yourself at the bottom. Of course, it's dark because you're inside of an underground stream at this point, and you are underwater still. But it's totally dark, though, so you can't see anything around you, but you can feel the pull of the stream if you want to keep going. But at that point, you can probably stop. But I'm just going to say everybody should make a test of dexterity, and if you fail, then you're going to just take a little bit of damage from the banging around.
Sorry.
So yeah, if you
failed by
fail...
6.
Oh god, okay. Yeah, if you fail the test of dexterity, you're just going to take 5 points of damage as you kind of get banged around.
Okay.
Yeah, if you pass, no, then nothing at all.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, you'll just take 5 points of concussive damage from bouncing around.
Test of dexterity, you said?
Yeah, just a test. Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, so you guys get kind of slammed. Because you're probably used to thinking, well, if I jump into water, it'll kind of slow me, but because it was a drain, you were going much faster than you thought, so you kind of, bang around a bit, maybe into each other, because you didn't time it, whatever the fiction is, but somehow only the heavy armor, no, only the mage, because he's not near anybody.
Yeah. He
Everyone's
waits
crashing
until
into each other.
he waits until everyone goes and says, "Hey, is everyone ready to catch me down there?" And then he jumps down.
He lands on their heads and they all take damage. So yes, you guys are all you're all down at the bottom, as is Aline. Oh, I guess I got to roll for her.
Do we have a chance to put our armor back on yet?
You could. Well, now you're at the bottom. You could do that. You're basically in a pool.
Yeah. So when I hit the pool, I'm gonna be like, "That's what I get for not wearing my damn armor." Starts wiping blood off his arm.
You're underwater. You can't really talk. So you're all in the dark and underwater. Oh yeah, you're in the dark and underwater currently. You can feel the pull of the.
I'm going to cast infrared vision on myself to try to get an idea of where we're at. What I see, or the shoreline or anything.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I will jump you into the proper map.
Right now, Stokely, sir, I wish that were true.
Hey, Rush, you got background again.
Yeah, is that Rush? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I can hear that. Thank you. We'll get kicked off of YouTube for copywritten TV material. All right, you are in this room right here. So if you look in it's the upper left corner. It's revealed it.
Well, let me get to that.
Right in there.
Yeah, so I kind of see like I guess a rocky shoreline we can walk to.
Yeah, I mean you're actually underwater. This is actually completely underwater. You're like submerged completely.
Oh, so even like this over here is underwater?
Yeah, that's actually the walls. Yeah. Yeah, that's the walls. So basically the dark outline is basically the wall of the space. Everything else, you're literally underground. So, and you can, that like tunnel to yourself is, you can feel the current pulling you that way. But it's not so strong that you can't just hold on to it.
Yeah, Bricchio is going to say there appears to be no landmass here we can get out. We need to continue down this current. Let this current take us on further down, it would appear.
Okay, if that's what you think. Yeah, I just nod.
Where is everyone?
I'll head towards that current then and let it take me out that way.
Yeah, I'll follow Bruce.
I can't see a darn thing. So dark down here.
All right. Yeah, it's tough tunnel, it's flowing, and okay, so that's it. So yeah, you can follow this tunnel. I mean, you can kind of swim / walk through it. Since you can breathe underwater, it's not really a problem. And you're just following Brighild, maybe grasping onto each other or however you imagine you're doing it. I mean, you're 7th, 6th, and 7th level adventurers. I'm not gonna have you bumbling through the thing. That doesn't make any sense. And eventually you do actually come out and feel, you actually come into space. This space is actually dark, so only Brighild can see it, but I'm just going to light it up for everybody just so you can kind of see it. Well, actually, I guess this is underwater. Still, that's underground, I think. And then you come plunging out into a pool here. And I guess you would see... Oh, actually, everybody can see it because these... What? I was outlining the walls so you guys can cut what you guys can see as best I can, anyways, roughly. Because vision's not perfect in the dark, anyways. There we go. So these little circles that you see here, they're actually crackling with electrical light. So they're not super bright, but you can see into the space. And actually, in this space, you see Brighild, because you see first because you came first, and also you have the infrared vision. You see standing kind of in the center, 2 of those guys with the lightning guns.
The first ones that we encountered, the
first ones, yep.
Zinnia.
That's right. Yeah, you would know they're Oon at this point. Yep, the Oon. We'll call them Lightning Oon. So they're the Oons, but with those guns that Basil took off them.
Are they facing towards me or looking back towards the other way?
Well, that's what I'm going to figure out right now by seeing if they are surprised. Let's see. Yeah, they're surprised. So I'm going to say they're looking the other way.
Yeah, Bricchio's going to, maybe put an arm or something to try to get everyone to be quiet. And she's going to say, where's the invisible mage? There's 2 of those creatures up there that had the, like we faced at first, Panesta, that had the little pistols that had the deals that they made shake on the ground. They're not watching though. If someone could sneak up on them.
Oh, he went invisible. So I'm pretty
He's the
sure.
one we need.
Zinnia will hold up her hand to signal that she will sneak up on them. She has ambusher, so she has a better chance of being able to sneak up on them. Actually, it gives the whole party a chance.
Yeah, they're surprised. They are surprised. I already rolled that. They're
Oh,
100%
okay.
surprised. Yeah, they're like here. They're right. We'll say they're right at the B to make it easy. So they're right where it says B6. They're right at the B. You guys are like where it says 315. So that's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 60 feet away. And you can see them being lit by these. So there we go. A pair of lightning would guard this area, which is lighted by 10 3-foot diameter, 15-foot tall crystalline lightning columns. So they're basically these columns that have lightning running them. To the west, okay, that's where you are right now. To the west, an arched opening reveals a balcony overlooking the waterfall. So you can actually, I guess it's dark though, but you can actually see up here as well. Oh no, right to your left, you'd be able to see it. Oh, hold on, that didn't work. Reveal areas. No, it's dark actually. So you know right here, which I'm revealing. I mean, you can't actually see it. I'll just do it so you can see. There's like a balcony, like an empty space up there. But it's too dark. There's no light up there.
Zinnia will like point to herself and Brighild, and then point to the one on the left, and she'll like point to Rush and to Dougal, and point to the Un on the right, and like hold up her thumb as if to say, "Is that okay?" Basically.
All right, we have one round to do something. So you're either doing it or you're not. There's not a conversation, or you're not. You don't have surprise anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zinnia's
So
going to go up
you
and hit.
can do all that, but then everybody's gonna have to react immediately. There can't be a conversation about it.
All right. Zinnia's going to
Missile
go up and hit
on-
the left one.
Okay, hold on. Let's go down and go around and ask everybody what they're gonna do. So you can do that hand thing, and then everybody's got to just react. It can't just be a conversation. Unless you want to have a conversation first, that's fine. Pinesta, what are you doing?
Missile.
Okay. Brighild?
Missile.
Okay. Bale.
Well,
You're 60 feet away in the water.
how deep is the water?
It's like waist deep.
I'm gonna pull my hammer, hold my breath, and I'm going to drop just under the water and start moving. I'm gonna hold my breath and just start going under the water as fast as I can directly toward them.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you can easily get to the edge of the water, in this round. And also, you can breathe underwater. So you don't have to hold your breath, but you can.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, in
You
that
probably
case,
do hold your breath out of reaction.
Yeah.
It's weird for you to breathe underwater. Okay, that's fine.
I don't want to come up out of the water. I just want to get as
Okay.
close to them as I can. I don't want them to see me coming.
Fair
if I
enough.
can.
Yeah, you can go. I mean, they're going to be 40 feet away from you if you get to the edge of the water.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Dougal.
Missile.
Okay, how about magician? What do you want to do there in the dark there, Eka?
Magic.
Okay. And Denia, now what is your plan? You gave your signal. What are you doing?
Also missile.
Awesome. All right. Denia, it's your plan. Roll initiative.
Okay.
They got it. Oh, no, you don't have to. You got a surprise round. So we'll just go in order. Okay, so let's see. Melee goes first, but nobody's meleeing, so it goes missile. So, Pinesta, I'm just going to do it in the order I have if nobody minds. Pinesta, go ahead, make your missile attack. And which one are you attacking, left or right?
I'll go for the left one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll roll it. 18 that hits armor class. -3.
So that hits.
Okay. So it's May. Oh, nice. 6 points of damage on him.
Oh, nice. Okay. He gets whacked in the head. Brighild.
Yeah, Brickia reaches around and pulls out something she hardly ever uses, that hook throwing knife. And she picks up that hook throwing knife, and she's going to go for whichever one Zinnia told me to go. I think it was the left one also, if I remember right. And so she's going to try to throw it in medium range. That's no bonus or minus, is it, on to hit? It's just normal, I think.
Medium is
I think
Medium's
medium
minus
is a
two.
-1.
-1.
-2.
Oh, -2 medium range. Okay, that will hit armor class 3 then.
That hits.
And it will do 5 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. Bale, you move forward. Okay. Google. Oh, yeah.
How deep is the water here?
Maybe waist deep.
Waist deep? Okay.
Doing
AC
whistle.
10. Yep.
AC 10 does not hit, unfortunately. I know you're surprised by that. Okay. And finally, Xenia, let's see you kill these things. These are, I don't think they're on your list of special things, though, right? So you don't get any extra damage on these guys. But yeah, are they on the list?
Yeah, I mean they were created by the Migo, correct?
Right, but are they on the list of creatures? It's a very specific list that you get extra damage against.
Oh,
I'll look.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll check it out.
No, they're not.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
I
creatures.
just
but,
saw it.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I get 2 shots.
Sure.
I was gonna shoot at the left one. I guess it doesn't matter because we got a surprise, right? So that's shot 1 and that's shot 2.
Oh. Nice.
AC 4 and then AC -1, 6, and then 9 points.
Okay. They both hit. You were getting the left one as well?
Yes, I was aiming towards the left one. Yes.
Okay. That one is nearly dead. Magic. Go ahead. Our magic user.
Yeah, you see Eka pull out a stick of butter real quick, and then he runs over to our friend Xenia and says, "You know the drill." And he rubs it real quick on her back and says, "Now you're gonna go charge him if you want." And then boom, enlargement.
But you're still
Nice.
invisible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't turn you visible in this game unless you make an aggressive action, so he can cast a spell. Yeah, which is pretty powerful, actually. So yeah, he can stay invisible even though he casts a spell, as long as it's not aggressive. All right, you get big. I'm just trying to. I don't think Helene has any missile weapons. I always forget to have her do something because she sits back and watches you guys and makes fun of you. But you know, oh boy, did I disappear for a second? All right, sorry. I gotta open up her little character sheet. Just 1 second. You guys were so fast on your attacks, I wasn't able to get her open fast enough. Helene, here we go. She has a hammer. All right, so she's charging him. Yeah, she's not messing around. So she would have went second phase though, anyways, because she has to move her full movement to get there. So you see Helene rush up on the. Would you like to attack for Helene Rush since you've been attacking for her all along?
Sure. Oh, where's my
You
thing?
just roll straight d20. She has a plus.
Don't tell me that I accidentally. Okay, thought I closed it. So just roll a straight d20.
Yeah, and then we'll just add to it.
Boom!
Oh, she critted. Nice.
Yes.
All
Helene's
right.
bringing the pain, the Amazonian pain.
All right, roll a d6 to see what kind of crit she got there. Two. Okay, she's a cleric, so that's +2 damage. Okay, and her hammer does. Where are you, Helene? I just closed you. Where are you?
Should be the same as mine.
Okay, great hammer. 2d6. +2, so +4. So roll 2d6, then +4 to include the crit.
Nice.
18 total.
All right, yeah, she rushes up and smacks the other one because I rolled randomly here once you go out. So she goes after the right one. Probably because all these missile weapons are flying through the air. She's like trying to dodge them, and she hits the other one very hard. So neither one's dead, but they're both now pretty hurt. And that was a surprise round, so they don't get to go. I'm going to come back around and see what everybody's doing. Pernesta, what would you like to do?
Another missile.
Okay. Ray killed.
I'm going to move up onto the shore now, try to engage in melee.
Okay. Bale.
How far away did you say they were?
From you, 40 feet.
Okay, so I only have 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
So the question is, it says ×2 if running / charging, but you have
Yep.
to have like a spear to charge, right?
No, you can charge that then.
Okay, well then I'm gonna charge the one that Helene just whacked with the hammer, and try and whack it with my own hammer. So melee.
Yeah, the thing is that if you don't use a spear or certain types of weapons, you don't get a charging attack, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that's true, right?
No, I just want to do my regular swing.
Yeah, but you can still charge and in effect run it. Although I don't know, we had this conversation before, so if somebody remembers, that's just something
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember having.
I think any weapon gets +2.
Okay, I believe that because I remember we discussed it. I can't remember because somebody was charging with longswords before, and we were trying to figure it out.
If
Yeah,
it's
I think that was the...
yeah, if it's like a spear, then you get double damage or something like that.
Okay, we'll take that for this combat anyway. So I just actually gave that guy 2 more damage too because she obviously charged. All right, so you're gonna charge up with your hammer. Dougal.
Missile.
Okay. Eka.
Eka's gonna hide behind Pernesta and says, great aim. Well done, I must say. That's
okay,
it.
Smart. Zenia, what's your plan?
Yes, she is. That doesn't give her any extra movement speed, right? So her move is still 30. So she's going to move up 30 feet and fire 2 more arrows.
Okay, you can only shoot once if you move because that's unless you have a special skill. You don't get the special attack right? That's a
yeah.
Oh no, unless you do a moving fire, which gives you a penalty, right? Yeah.
Penalty of -2 if she's a bowmaster, that is.
If you're a bowmaster, you can do it, but you'll be -2, or you can just shoot once. So that's your choice. You can shoot twice at -2 each, or you can shoot once when you move up there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But in any case, let's roll initiative because currently every one of you except for Helena is standing in a giant pit of water, and there's 2 guys with lightning guns. So Crystal, roll initiative. I suggest you win. Oh my God, they rolled a 1. All right, yeah, so good. So yeah, you win initiative. Melee happens, but unfortunately, the people that are melee, or not unfortunately, but the people that are meleeing mostly have to go second phase because they are charging at a full move. Yeah, except for Helene. Helene, who's there? So Rush, go ahead and attack for Helene. Yeah, go ahead. You can attack for her.
She's gonna go ahead and watch her take it out anyway.
See if she crits again.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Almost.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. That definitely hits. Okay, so go ahead, roll damage, just +2 this time. So 2d6 +2 because she has 1 for her strength and 1 for the magic hammer. Yeah, that's enough. They literally had exactly 10 hit points left. Yeah. So she brings the hammer up and whoosh, and this thing, you see sparks flies. It flies across the floor. And then she looks back at Dougal. Missile. Okay. Pernesta.
Okay. I will shoot my boomerang. That is hits armor class -1.
That hits.
Okay. Oh, another 6 points of damage. Another 4 plus 2 is 6.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
nice.
enough. So yeah, the boomerang comes back to you. You grab it. You hear the magician tell you that you're a good shot, and you immediately throw it again. It whacks this one. It stumbles back and drops its lightning gun, which sizzles on the floor. And then everybody else makes their moves.
Bravo! Well done.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good job,
Eka.
guys. Yeah, and you hear some sizzling from their weapons, but also from those pillars. But otherwise, all is quiet. In
And
this
they
space.
had these big backpacks on, like the ones did, you say?
That's correct. Yeah. Did I show you the picture of the lightning gun? I don't think I did last time. They look like, they don't show the backpacks, but I'll show you what the gun looks like. Just because they're cool. You see, they've got like this thing where it goes against the body. And you do know from Basil that that you can actually wield it without the. You can do it, but it does weigh you down, obviously. To do it, let's see. This thing.
Xenia, how long will you be a larger size? It may be a good idea that you take one of these weapons that may come in handy.
Sorry, I got lost in my head for a moment. It was almost like I accidentally clicked something that I wasn't supposed to. But anyway, yes, I could take one of these weapons. Good idea, Brighild.
So you can see what it looks like. So that part that's like at the bottom, that like the rounded part, that like goes against your belly basically, and then you like hold it out with two hands. But you can work it because it's essentially a magic item, so anybody can use it. All right, yeah, it takes a minute because you have to cut it off. You have to break it off them and then cut the tubes that come into their body and stuff. But you could spend an exploration turn doing that. What's everybody else doing? And we're going to actually can think about that. And let's actually, oh wow, a little later than that was. Let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back with the now electric gunned Ranger, and we'll see what happens.
She's a true
Have
Power
gun will
Ranger.
travel.
Okay, we're back. All right, yeah, you guys have killed, taken out 2 of these lightning creatures. Currently, the ranger is stripping the large backpack and essentially lightning cannon, if you will, off one of them, so she can utilize it, being that she's all big. Oh, if you're watching and it looks bad, I think my signal is getting all weird. Wow, I have a terrible flow right now.
It looks fun to me.
Well, that's okay. Well, this is a delay, so it's probably going to be. I don't know what's happened. It's probably because 3 of us are in one spot. But anyways, you can see the room here. It's kind of an interesting shaped room. I guess if you take a few minutes to look around, and Brighill, that's infrared vision as well, you can kind of see that, without leaving, we'll say the this part of the room, I'll reveal what you'd be able to see just by kind of quickly walking around. You can see that, you can see there's stairs here going up. Shall reveal to you all the secrets of Hyperborea.
Could my mage also take that lightning gun?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you can't use it.
Yeah. But if he picks it up, then it's gonna be,
It might slow you down.
Yeah.
Oh, right. If you use it, you're gonna. It's gonna be visible.
Yeah. It's gonna be visible, right? Okay.
Right, and remember, there's a backpack, so it's gonna be this floating backpack and gun.
Yeah, he's gonna tap his friend Dougal on the back and say, "Well, what about you, Dougal? I see that Xenia is making use of that contraption. Perhaps you would like to do so as well."
Perhaps you'd like to shove that up someplace personal.
Uh,
You think I'm going to touch that abomination?
Somehow I should have figured. Well,
No.
I'm not touching it for obvious reasons. I'm a pacifist. I don't fight. You know that.
Right. And why would I want to touch that?
Perhaps someone else would like to make use of this great contraption. Any takers?
I mean, I can't shoot for shit, so
It's really heavy. It would really slow me down.
I mean, I'll carry it for you, but
Does look quite powerful.
Would it still encumber me as large as I am, Daniel?
No.
Okay.
I'll say you won't be encumbered if you're that big.
You're enlarged for 1 turn, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, which means by the time you put it on, you shrink back down. So you are.
I thought it was like an hour.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, in that case, then yes, you are encumbered. It's going to weigh like 50 pounds, 60 pounds. It really depends on what you're wearing.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm not even going to worry about it.
If
I knew it was going to last that long, no.
Okay.
I mean, how much does it weigh?
It's more the awkwardness of it. It's just going to make it weighs like maybe 50, 60 pounds, but it's going to make you encumbered no matter what you can normally carry. So -10 to movement, -1 to AC, just because it's so bulky.
God, I'll be slow as hell if I tried to carry that thing then.
Yeah. If we only have 1 turn of this, of me being this big, I say we move on as quickly as we can. Make the most of this spell that Ika so graciously entrusted onto me.
Well, we've already been there 10 minutes searching around the room, I'm sure.
Yeah, you've already spent time searching around. 10 minutes is up, yeah. So basically, these columns, I'll give you the information that you would have from looking around. Yeah, it's not like you can be like, oh, it took too long, so now I'm going to choose to do something else. I mean, it's, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, sorry.
No, it's fine. So these columns, they are, again, they're like these crystal columns, and in the center of them, as you're kind of looking, you can see these like coils that appear to be copper with essentially lightning rushing up them, in bursts, kind of filling the room with light, kind of a sparkly light. There's also There's a seascape relief on the ceiling, which is about 25 feet high in the center of the ceiling. That seascape relief is 3 Hyperborean nobles appear to be seated in thrones at the ceiling's apex. One bears a scroll, another a sword, and the third a sickle. Before them, bent on one knee, is an Atlantean holding a trident with prongs resembling lightning bolts. Also, it's pretty loud in here, generally speaking. But so, I mean, you got to be pretty close together when you're talking, or else you'll have to shout. But because of that, you can, you're pretty certain that like whatever you didn't really attract much attention. Plus, you were in 10 minutes and nothing came. What I will say too is everybody can roll a d6.
You said one has a sword, one a sickle. What's the other one?
One
have?
has a sword, one has a scroll, and one has a sickle.
Scroll. Okay,
Yep.
thank you. I missed. Yep. And then
Two.
Out of 1.
Nice. Okay.
Got a 4.
Okay. 5. Okay. And 2. Okay, perfect. So you find both of them. Okay, so Brighild, you find a secret door right here, and same time, Panesta found one right there. Brighild's like, I found a secret. You guys both turn. Yeah, you seem to both find a secret door. They're kind of matching. Oh, and also you have that infrared vision, right? So I'll say you probably could have walked up and looked. And if you did, then you saw there's a door here. Without like revealing yourself because you could stand in the dark. And this opens up into a room. Let me see. You could see into it a bit. Let me just see what's in the room because maybe you would. Maybe you'd make a different reaction than what you're going to do. We'll see you peeked in there. Oh. Cool. Okay, it looks like what you see is basically an empty room. With infrared vision, you can't make out like the art and stuff on the walls. So I'll have to describe that when you go back in there. But this room's empty. But this one, you see, about that deep into it, you see another one of those doors. Like remember the one you smashed with the magical dagger?
Oh yeah.
The one that was blocking the other door. You basically see that. We'll call it like a wall, if you will, of like magical crystal down there. And can you see through it? I want to see what's in there. Oh yeah, okay. So there's a sheer opaque black crystal plate that blocks the archway. So it's what you saw before. But you can see through there, though. But again, it's just it's a room. You don't see anything. Well, I guess if you look down there, you would see that this is without going down there and risking being seen yourself, I'm going to say you see that. You basically see that much of the room, and you can see this thing at the bottom over here that I just revealed. You can see that's like a door that looks like it's swung open. But without kind of getting in closer, you won't be able to see what's beyond the door.
Yeah, I mean, she would share all that. And when they find the secret doors,
Okay.
but it would appear we have various ways we can go. I think maybe Panesta, maybe we would agree, maybe we could take one of these secret passages and go from there, you think?
Absolutely. I think so. I think it's a good idea. Which one, though?
Right, north or south.
Well, what about the great invisible Eka? Which way do you think would be best?
I like south myself. How about in that direction? And then he points, but he's invisible.
Well, that would be perfect.
Yes, I did say south, right?
Sounds okay.
If he's
We
pointing,
have
he's
to-
invisible. All right, so you're gonna. So basically, this secret door, is just like one of those ones where the wall just pushes. You can see like you kind of like push against it, and it would like swing out. So who's doing what?
Well, we have Bale for pushing against things, right?
Indeed.
Is Is it dark beyond beyond those secret corridors?
All you see with the secret stuff is that there's passageways on the thing. And actually, only Brighild can see any of the other stuff. She would have to just have told you. Like B14, B7, you guys can't see that. Also, the corridor that goes off to the east, that's all in the dark. Unless you have some kind of way of seeing in the dark. But the main room itself, and also where it says plus 365 in both places, that's really pretty far out. You can barely see the stairs, if at all. Only Brighild really saw that stuff. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, the whole place is dark. It's actually pitch black in this place. Outside the thing. So, yeah, so Bale, you going to push open the secret door?
Yes.
Before you push it, perhaps one of you could listen and see what awaits us on the other side.
I step away from the door and motion for the wizard to come on up and take a listen. A fine idea.
Who is he pointing at?
It was your idea.
Yeah, he's invisible right now.
I'll do it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yep.
I'll listen.
Okay.
I have listen skill 7 of 12.
Oh, yes, you do.
I can't keep track of who's doing shenanigans and who's not.
You can just pretty much count on the fact that Young's going to be invisible.
Okay.
That's his shtick, right? And I don't want to speak for you, Young, but that feels like your shtick based on how you described it.
Yes, Eka the unseen.
The unseen, yeah. All right, so you listen. Sounds pretty quiet.
Okay. I don't hear anything. I mean, you guys all know that means nothing, but I don't hear anything obvious right now.
Well, at least we won't go bursting in the room like they've done before, maybe.
Well, I am shrugging. I know that you can't see me, but I am shrugging, I assure you.
Let's just go.
Yes, I push the door.
Okay.
I'm taking a page out of Muda's book.
Yeah, so you push the door, and it kind of pops open. But as you figure it's going to move towards you a little bit. But as it does, it actually moves with a lot more pressure than you think, as something seems to be pushing on it. And I mean, you're all ready, even though you didn't hear it. So I'm going to say you can't really be surprised. But we will roll initiative as the door starts to be pushed open by a very large, let's say, man. He is looks to be scarred and like covered in scars and wounds that have been sewn back together as he steps out with his arms forward like this and he says, "Ugh." So what's everybody doing as you see this thing step out?
Well, I'm going to pull my hammer off and go get him.
All right. Vesta?
I'm going to back up a little bit and missile fire him.
All right. Briggle?
I'm going to set my spear versus charge if he charges towards me.
Oh, nice. Okay. Bale's going to hammer him. How about Google?
Missile.
Nice.
Sorry.
And our magician?
He's going to stay back and hide.
Smart. And how about the ranger?
Good luck to you.
Missile.
Nice. All right. Since you're closest to it, Rush, I'll have you roll initiative.
Sweet.
6, please. It got a 3. Nice. Okay, Malay goes first. So have at the creature.
How about you?
Creature.
Fiend. All right, here we go. I actually get to hit something. Try to hit something. Don't take anything for granted. All right, I make a swing. Nope, I missed.
You swing really hard, but it does not seem to hit. As it whips through the air, Helene ducks to avoid being hit by it, and swings as well. You can attack for her as well. She just gets a +1, so you just roll straight up. Oh no, hold on. I'm sorry. That hits.
Oh, does it?
It does in fact hit. Yeah, AC 7 hits it.
Oh, well, then I do
Yeah.
13 damage.
Yeah, you hit this thing, and you actually feel your hammer fly back against you as if like it was repelled and didn't actually damage the creature at all. And now Helene attacks it. So good. In other words, your hammer does no damaging us.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at my hammer, kind of stunned.
That's the second time that's happened to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to upgrade you. Go ahead and make an attack for Helene with her magical hammer.
Wait. His
You're
hammer
late.
strikes as if it were magic because he believes it's magic.
Only in that one combat I allowed it. I said that when I said it. I said only that one time. I'm not gonna give it.
Yeah. That's fair.
I tried to help you out.
No, it's fine.
appreciate it.
And I did say after I allowed it, I said only this one combat because that's
Yeah, no, I
that
didn't
becomes a little
expect it.
much.
Yeah, and
But that is.
Callista's magic has
Oh, okay.
disintegrated.
Yeah,
Roll 2d6.
that hits.
Plus D. Oh,
So
crap.
2d6 plus 2 for her.
Roll 2d6 plus D.
Nice. And the magical hammer slams into this creature, and some of its stitches rip open, but no blood pours forth.
Oh, magical hammer.
Magic hammer. All right, so you were the only melee, I think. So Panesta, missile.
All right. I went through my boomerang, which is magic, by the way. Just so you know.
Of course it is.
Okay. Okay, so that's another 18, 15 plus 18. So it hits -3.
Oh, yeah, it hits.
2 plus 2 is 4 points of damage,
Okay.
if it does anything.
Yeah, it does. It hits it kind of. I mean, it doesn't. 4 points of
Yeah.
damage is not a whole heck of a lot against this creature. It is quite robust, as you might imagine. Excuse me for guilt.
Yeah, since it didn't get to me to charge me, and she sees that the hammer had no effect that Bale used. I guess I'm gonna have to go second phase. I guess because I'm gonna use my spear now to cast my spell, Shocking Grasp.
Okay. Sounds good. My God, what got Dougal? Sorry. I don't know why I was in my head. I kept wanting to say Dougal, and I'm like, I know that's not right. Dougal.
It's fine.
Oh, my God.
I will fire,
Okay.
knowing
No,
that
that
it's
doesn't
not
work.
going to hit.
Yeah. Like, oh, magic doesn't work. Non-magic, right? Okay, yeah, so it goes fine. Yeah. And missile fire for the ranger.
So I was going to use regular arrows, but if I saw that the things didn't hit it, could I switch to silver and go on the second round, the second phase?
Second phase? Sure, absolutely.
Okay. That's what
Okay.
she'll be doing then. She puts away the 2 regular arrows and draws 2 silver arrows.
That sounds good. All right, this thing's going to try to whack either. Actually, it gets 2 attacks. It's going to go after Helene and Bale. It's got 2 arms. It's going to try to, anyways. All right, so first attack against Bale. Roll a d12 for me, Rush. It fumbled. Oh my God! What did you get?
A 6.
6. Okay, it's a monster. 6. Drop weapon. Obviously doesn't have a weapon. Weapon pitches. Okay, so it just misses basically. Well, that's sad, but either way, it misses you. And then against Helene, 12. That's gonna hit her. I don't even have to look that up, but I will just to be safe. Oh yeah, that hits -1. So he crashes his fist into Helene, who now isn't, smiling as much as he had been. And takes 6 points of damage. And then we're in second phase. Malay will go first, so it's Brighild.
Yep, she's going to run up with the spear, seeing this thing may be something, and try to shocking grasp. And let's see how much that does again. I don't forgot. It would do 8 points of damage if it has any effect on it. Electricity shocks into it.
Okay. Let's see. Let me just make sure. Automation +1 or better. Oh yes. How much did it do?
8
Okay.
points of electricity damage.
Yeah, when you zap it, it actually like staggers back, and then it goes like, it does like a He-Man thing. It's like, and you actually heal it. It's like, thank you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the electricity heals it.
Oh, Daniel, you froze completely up from me. All I heard was something about you said it staggered back, and then everything froze up for me.
Okay.
You healed
it staggers back, and then it like, and actually that heals it. It's healed by electrical attacks.
Okay. Got you.
It's like, thanks. But it can't really talk, so it goes, ooh. Crystal. Xenia, sorry. I'll get the names eventually.
All right, so I went ahead and rolled everything while, my first one hits armor class -1 for 6 points of damage. That's a silver arrow if it affects it. And then on my second one, I got a nat 20 with 12 for my critical. So I believe that'll be triple damage for a ranger. And I rolled a 4. So 12 points of damage. Actually, no, I got to add my strength mod stage to those. So the first one will be 9 points and the second will be 15. And also the 1.5 on top of that. So let's hope.
First of all, a couple things. A crit, you don't roll a d12 for, you roll a d6.
Oh,
secondly, you're no longer enlarged.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Regardless of all of that, the arrows do not seem to affect it.
Okay, great. All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, but there you go. But that's all good. That would have been awesome. So these arrows sink in deeply. You assure that they should hurt this thing, and it just doesn't even flinch. Okay. That happens. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, good. It's still up, and it looks vicious. It hits Celine, and she staggers back. She does that Bruce Lee thing where she spits on the ground. And let's get into what we're going to do. So, Vanessa, what's your plan? The thing's still up, and it just got healed a little bit.
Right. I think I'll do spell.
Okay, nice. How about Brighild?
Brighild curses under her breath, and then she drops the spear and pulls out her +1 scimitar to melee.
Nice. Belle?
Belle is going to cast smite the thing. I have nothing magical.
We're going to get you something magical.
Yeah, so I don't really know what in the hell to do. Because he probably isn't smart enough to realize what happened with the hammer yet. So he's just going to make another attack.
Okay.
He's going to try and get in there close and hit. Sorry, I'm over explaining again. I'm going to do a melee.
That's fine. You can over explain if you want. Dougal.
Spell.
Okay. How about Eka?
He yells out, "Bale, tackle its legs! Tackle him!" And he takes out a stick of butter and runs over to Xenia and starts rubbing it on her back again. Must I do this every time?
Xenia. Crystal?
Yeah, sorry. She's gonna drop her her bow and pull her scimitar and charge it.
Cool. All right. Let's go initiative, Bale. All right, rush. 3 for the creature.
All right. Well,
That's a heck of an initiative. So
sorry.
we'll say the first one, which is 3. What's your dex?
Well, I clicked the 2. I didn't realize that what I was
It's
doing.
fine. I'll just take the first one. What's your dex?
My dex, not
Yeah,
very
is it better
good.
than 7?
Yes.
Okay, you guys go first.
It's not that good, but it's definitely better than 7.
Yeah, this thing is not very dexy, as you might imagine.
Yeah, I'm 12,
all right.
actually.
Yeah. All right, yes, you go first. So melee happens first. Go ahead, Bill. You're going to swing your hammer. It's not going to be effective.
Actually, can I change my?
Of course, as long as it's
I
still
just
melee.
said it is still melee. What I'm
okay.
gonna step in and try. I'm just gonna drop the hammer,
Okay.
and I'm gonna step in and throw my arms around its waist. I'm gonna try and lift it up off the ground and just throw him, like do almost like a wrestling move, like pick him up, kind of turn him sideways, and try and throw him to the ground.
You're going to overbear the creature?
I mean, I guess you could
Yeah,
call it
there's
overbearing.
certain things from that Russian deal to do.
I'm sorry, you're
There's
breaking.
grapple, overbearing, and all kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to grab him, and I don't want to throw him to the ground with me on top of him. I just want to grab him, lift him, and throw him so that I'm still standing and he hits the ground sprawled. That's the objective. Because I don't want to be between Helene's hammer and that bad guy.
Gotcha.
I just want to get him
okay.
off his feet.
Okay, this is the one thing I can never ever find. Is the rules for this?
Man, I was
Found
just
it.
looking at it.
I found it. Yeah, it's right on the first page of combat, of course. All right. Well, if you want to do that, obviously it's not a pummel because that would be punching it. Overbearing, attempt to tackle and potentially pin or restrain. Pummel is attacking. Grapple is to engage in melee without a weapon. Grapple, attempt to wrestle an opponent. I think when you're grappling somebody, you're holding them. I'm going to say the closest thing is overbear, and we'll see. It just won't be. It just won't be able to. If you succeed, then it'll be fine.
It'll be an overbear without an attempt to pin.
Yeah, you just won't be able to hold it. Yeah, you'll just knock it down, and if you succeed, he'll be prone. So go ahead, make a normal attack roll.
Normal attack.
With strength attack modifier applicable.
Okay, so I don't get my bone. I don't know which bonuses I'm getting.
You're probably just getting strength unless you have a magic weapon.
No.
Unless you have like a weapon mastery or something. So what's your strength bonus?
Well, my strength, I have an 18 strength, so my...
All right, so your attack bonus is +2. So roll a d20 +2 to see if you hit it.
Okay.
Wait. He does get to add his combat bonus, right? So he's level 6. So 6 plus 2 plus...
What are you talking about? 6 plus what? Oh, you're
Isn't
saying
he level...
to...
Yeah, combat ability is 6, right?
My fighting
just roll a
ability.
d20 +2. Let's not make complicated math. Just roll a d20 +2.
I'm just doing what I'm told. All right.
I know what you're saying, Young, but I'll just look at the chart.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
11. No, that hits. 100%.
Oh.
You're 6th level, and 11's going to hit armor class 3.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that hits him. But he gets an avoidance save.
Okay.
To dodge you. Which he rolled a 9 on, which I have a very strong feeling that he failed that. His saving throw is 12. Yep, he failed. Okay, so I will say exactly that. You are able to make him prone, which means that everybody will get a +4 on their attack against him. Essentially, his armor classes.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be a one-stage attack or if I had to like grab him and then throw him or whatever. So okay, that's cool.
Nah, that's fine. You were just trying to knock him over. You just picked up Frankenstein and threw him on the ground. That's pretty epic.
Yep.
You figured it out. Yeah, I mean, you in your mind, you're like, I'm going to pick this guy up and throw him, but it's more like you picked him up like half an inch off the ground and just kind of toppled him.
Yeah, so I like throw him down and curse while I do it.
Yeah, I mean, in the description, it basically says it's made out of no less than 5 human bodies. So it's big and chunky. But in any case, it's on the ground. So switching to Helene, go ahead and make an attack roll for Helene Rush. Again, she's +1, d20 +1.
I'm not used to rolling for other people.
Well, I mean, she's your lady friend for now.
Yep. Roll d.
Pretty soon, Dougal will be.
You said they get a +4?
No, +1.
Oh,
Which
I
is
thought
magic
you said
armor.
I thought you said they got a +4 for him being prone.
No. Oh yeah, they do. I'm sorry for the being prone.
All right,
Go
so
ahead, do
it's
that. So +5 total.
+5 total.
Let's see.
24.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, that definitely hits. I didn't
almost
have to
a
look
crit.
so close. Yeah. All right, good. So do damage. 2d6 plus 2.
Boom.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Okay.
big hits.
Well, she's you hear her whisper as she does it. That's for Muda.
Yep.
And all right, good job. So just now that we finished all that, just what Yang was doing was target 20. That's the other way to calculate your 2 hit, by the way. If you don't want to look at the chart, if you just add your combat ability and their armor class to your roll, if it goes over 20, then you hit them. But I didn't want to do all that math, so that's why I didn't do
No,
it.
I'm gonna go look it up. I should know how to do that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's easy enough. All you got to worry about is your strength bonus. We'll just use the charts. It's easier for me.
All right.
I'm not smart enough to do all that. All right, so you're the closest. Helene attack. The other person doing a melee is break killed, right? You drew your weapon.
Yep, she's gonna run up at for +1 scimitar after Baal has it pinned and try to stab into it. Ooh, that's an 18. So
That definitely is.
way armor class negative whatever. Ooh,
Yeah.
max damage 11. 11 with
11.
the scimitar.
Nice. That definitely does not heal it. Yeah. You chop deeply into it. It's not bleeding, but you can see that it's hurt. Like the limbs are starting to come off. You're also doing the two-handed scimitar, correct, Izina?
No,
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget. Yeah, just got the one-handed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
doing two-handed, but I won't be enlarged until the end of this turn, right?
That is correct, and you also don't know that he's doing that.
Okay.
So
I hit armor class -9 for 8 points of damage.
-9? That misses.
Yes. Okay.
My God, -9. That's amazing. Okay. Fantastic. And that's not even a crit? Wow. Okay.
I rolled like a
yeah.
17 and had a plus like something.
Yeah, because you got because you have the +4 because it's on the ground too, right? All right, so I'm sorry, Dougal, I forgot what you were doing after all this.
I'm twiddling my fingers.
Right at this point, right? Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
You
confusing.
haven't got a magic weapon either, right? Yeah.
I don't have a magic weapon either. I'm casting bark skin on myself.
Okay, nice. All right. So you're doing that. Missile would be only now Pinesta, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna do a spell. I was gonna cast Flame
you are,
Blade.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Flame Blade. Blah, blah, blah. Dougal casts Barkskin, and Eka now enlarges once again.
Could I
Ranger.
decide to, if I decide to withhold a spell, would I lose that spell? Because it seems like, sorry.
Sorry, I feel like you named your character that so that I would keep making my Amazon thing go.
Okay.
Because I kept saying Eka and it kept answering me. Yeah, no, you haven't actually cast it yet. You only declared that you're casting, so I'm going to say no. I think technically in the rules you do, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone has the situation well handled. So he's going to say, maybe I shall wait to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I was going to say once you, since you haven't actually done it yet, I'm going to say you can suck it back in, because I'm nice like that. I am the nicest person in the world, but I believe the rules actually say opposite. So just for this one time, I'll let you do it because you're not actually engaged, so you don't have to think about it. We'll do that on a case-by-case basis. But every spell goes off then. And now the creature gets to attack. It turns towards, it's on the ground. It gets up. It lumbers to its feet because it can move. But then, of course, it gets a little slow. And it's going to swing out at Baal now after that. I'm gonna eat up one of its attacks standing up, even though that's not technically how it works, but I feel like that should be the case. So since you knocked it on the ground, it kind of approaches you, and it's like, it does the thing where it kisses its bicep, and it comes running at you. Well, I mean, as much as a Frankenstein monster can run at somebody, it's like, Ooh.
Yeah, but he was able to
Um,
kiss his biceps with no problem, right?
you know, okay. It hits armor class 6. Did that hit you?
I don't think so, actually. I have an armor class 4.
Okay, it does not hit you. It tries to swing out at you wildly, and yeah, you just deflect it back. With some kind of cool move, I guess. Okay, so into the third round. The creature is very hurt, but it doesn't seem to be the kind of thing that's gonna stop coming, so far as you can tell. So, what is your plan, Vanessa?
Slash at it with the flame blade. So melee.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense. How about Breakhild?
Yep, keep scimitar melee.
Bale?
I'm gonna try and throw him back to the ground again.
Oh wow!
That's
Oh
right.
man! Wow, you're
It's
gonna try to own this thing.
WrestleMania in this room. Hell in a Cell.
Dougal?
Let's go. Let's attempt melee.
Nice. How about Eka?
He goes over to that the lightning gun and he sits down next to it and studies it.
Okay. And Xenia?
Melee.
Nice. Okay, let's roll initiative there, Rush. It got a 3.
All right, let's see what happens, y'all. Oh, we're going first.
You definitely are.
Oh.
Okay, Vanessa.
Okay, I will come at it with my flame blade. That hits armor class. I don't get as much of a bonus. 5.
That hits it.
Okay. And this is undead. I just need to.
It is not
An
undead.
Not undead. Okay, that's fine. +2, so 9 points of damage with the flame blade.
Nice. It is still standing, but not very well. Breakhild.
Yep, first slash with the scimitar. It's armor class 4
That hits.
for 9 points.
Okay.
And the other one's only going to hit armor class 6. Does that hit?
That hits.
Oh, it'll do 7 then.
All right, that kills it. How do you kill this thing with your scimitar?
Yeah, she sees Bale about to tackle this thing again, and she thinks he's going to strain a muscle. We don't need him to strain his muscles quite yet. So she just slashes real quickly and looks towards him, and she goes, "You need to save that for later."
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Helene smacks you in the butt and says, "Yes, you do." And the creature falls to the ground in pieces.
Nice.
It seems to be no longer a thing.
I reach.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I bend down and pick my hammer up and put it back across my shoulder, and I say, "Well, such is the way. You know, sometimes if you can't do it with a weapon, you just got to go to your bare hands."
Well, hopefully we will find you a better weapon. I mean, that's a good one for you, but you need something that has a permanent bonus to it.
Yes.
Excellent. So Panesta as a bard and Eka as a magician, I think you guys would have a chance of knowing what this thing was. So we'll give you each a 3 and 6 chance. You can roll d6. 1
Okay.
through 3, you have a chance of knowing what it is.
Nope.
You know, I actually rolled 3d6s instead. But the first one that I rolled, I got 2.
2, okay. Yeah, you've heard of or maybe seen something similar to this. You know that they can be made of flesh or sometimes of other materials, but they're what's often referred to as an automation. It's not undead in the sense it doesn't have a spirit. It's actually brought to life through magical means, through some pretty intense magical items and preparations to create these kind of guardians that require no air or food or whatever, and they're kind of like undead in that sense, but they're not undead. They're not like necromantic. They're more like just a magical construct.
Yeah, he approaches it and he says, it is very fascinating, but rather distasteful. I wonder how many bodies it took to create this monster.
Well, the question would be: is the deals that you call Migos in here, would they create something such as this to serve them?
Well, from what I know, these creatures, these Migos, are beyond our world, so perhaps they have know-how to create these things with magic and their skills. I know not exactly how they did it, but with some time, I'll be able to figure it out. I'm quite certain.
I agree. If I know that they have the ability to create oon, which serve them without question, I have no doubt that they could also create a monstrosity such as this.
It is distasteful. I would not like to recreate it, however.
I guess we just proceed forward beyond where it come from and see what awaits.
Yep.
So you look into that space. It's literally just a 10-foot by 10-foot room, like almost like a closet. You imagine some kind of storage room, and they just stuck this thing in here, figuring that it would come out and just wildly attack whatever. And actually, examining it now, you can see that because you were actually looking at the guy with the lightning gun, you can actually see that where he's standing next to, there's like a trigger on the floor, and maybe just kind of sizing it up and looking at it, you could see that if they had pressed the trigger button on the floor, it would have opened this door. So you think that it was something that they knew about and that they would have possibly used to defend the area. Had they been fast enough, of course, you killed them really quickly, so they didn't get a chance to do it.
Can we look and see if there's like another plate with a trigger on it that maybe would be for a door up north too?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you look around. I mean, now that you know what you're looking for, you can see that, in fact, there is, yeah. So you could open it from like some 40 feet away if you wanted to. Or not open it at all, I suppose.
The chances of another one of those creatures being behind the door, I would think, would be highly probable.
Yes, I'd say you're precisely correct. The room looks pretty much symmetrical.
Well, if it's not alive, then there's no reason to put it out of its misery.
I say we just leave it for now. It may come in handy later for some distraction in case we have to rush back this way. We know now how to activate the plate from here.
Good thought,
Well,
Brickhill.
it seems like we're approaching some depth of this dungeon. If it is your wish, I could turn all of you around Xenia invisible, but you have to stay within 10 feet of Xenia for the remainder of the dungeon to remain invisible. Would you like that?
Well, that might be a good idea, but we just have to be very, very careful because you don't want to accidentally become visible at the wrong time.
Well, if you want to step out of his 10-foot radius, you may do so at any given time. But yes, so long as Xenia does not attack anybody, you shall remain invisible, all of you.
I only fear that the halls may not be wide enough to hold us all in a 10-foot radius.
Well, we just have to scrunch up together fairly tightly.
Well, I say that we save that until we run across one of these amigos that you call
Amigo,
them.
yep.
That is
Yep.
what I'm worried about. We may not have control over when we come across this creature. At least we want to turn Xenia invisible so that she could scout ahead of us.
Oh, you know what else we need to do is cover our ears.
Brighild can see in the dark, whereas I cannot. It would make much more sense to turn Brighild invisible and let her scout ahead.
Indeed, that is correct.
If you would be okay with that, Brighild.
Yes, I have no problem with that. I can scout ahead and then come back and relay any information.
I have used all my magic. for turning an individual into an invisible creature for the day. I could only use it to turn all of you at once.
Could you not just use it on a single person?
Yes, but that would be a waste of a great opportunity, wouldn't it?
I believe Vanessa can do that also. Can you not, Vanessa?
I can do it. You want me to turn you invisible?
Do you think it's the best deal? I mean, I will be glad to go forward, and if I do see one of those creatures, I will come back and we will make our plan from there.
Right, but like I said too, don't forget about the ears.
Yeah, and I would have thought maybe we were already. Well, no, I guess we would have had to put them in after we come through the water. So yeah, if we can we take 10 minutes, Daniel, and put in stuff in our ears, pack our ears?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you pack your ears, then you'll be enough that you can kind of not really hear. Just be wary that obviously in order to hear each other, you'll have to be close and yell at each other. But for the purpose of scouting ahead, sure, absolutely, it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, you just stuff some wet cotton. I mean, there's plenty of water here. You're soaked anyways. You're in the water, so you stick some wet cotton or whatever in your ears, and yeah. Where do you want to go, Brigild?
I'm gonna go to that P14 first, the room up north.
Okay.
Just real quick. Yeah, I just want to say Zinnia will not stuff her ears because she knows that she doesn't need to.
Okay, I think only Brigild stuffed in her ears at this point, anyway, unless I'm wrong about that. Is that true, or is somebody else stuffing their ears?
I'm pretty much going to look toward Brig and Pinesta and just be like, is this something that we should do?
Yeah, I would probably want to do it.
Okay.
At this point.
Yes, I definitely think you should take precaution.
If it is what you believe.
Dougal has beeswax and
nice
deer fur hanging out of his ears.
Yes. He's been chewing it the whole day. He kind of sticks in with. Well, not the deer fur, obviously. All right, yeah, so you move up into 14. Again, you're using infrared vision, so you won't be able to see. You can tell that there's, probably just barely, that there's, actually, let me just check if they're reliefs. I guess you'd probably be able to see them, but I think they're painted. Check this. Oh, no, it's a relief. Okay, so yeah, you can actually see the walls, they're carved in relief. It looks like a seascape featuring crabs picking away at a huge octopus. So you get this like giant octopus on the wall, and then you have all these crabs eating it as kind of art, if you will, on the walls. There's a door up in the corner, the northwest corner, as it would be, that kind of thing. There's a door there. And by the way, this is the first door you're actually encountering. I will just give you the general description of more or less the doors are all going to be like this, unless I say otherwise. The doors are almost like a circular, I guess is the best way to describe them. They're basically circular, and they have in the center of them so I mean, obviously just meta, but they're like a submarine's door where you like turn the thing to open it. So like there's like a wheel in the center of it. So like metal doors with a wheel in the center. So you see one of those up in the corner there, and it is closed.
All right. And what to the right, that little hallway?
Okay, yeah. So if you go down the hallway and take a peek, you can see that, you can see that it ends here, and then you see a couple doors. Again, same kind of doors on either side. Again, closed.
Yeah, I'll go back to the room we're in, and relay that information, and whichever way you think is best to go first. There's doors, they all match. There's two doors up to the north, to the east and into the north, and there's one door in this main room here. Whichever one you think we should go through first.
And also, just so I can just make it neater for myself for the map, because I can't stand looking at the map half done. I'll just say that somebody walked down and just peeked in here so you see what the rest of this room looks like down at the bottom. You can see that it breaks off into a corridor over here, and you do see another door, but it is open. But of course, you have that magical.
Yeah, that's the one that had the kind of the magic deal that the break through to get to it.
Yep.
Boy, I don't... Well, maybe we should try the one we don't have to break through. One of those.
I would say let's go south.
No,
South is
that's
the one you
not
have
a
to break
good
through.
idea. Yeah, we don't want to make any undue noise at this point. And
Yeah, as I said, the one we don't have to break through. I think we want to try to be a little bit more discreet this time.
exactly.
Yep. Okay, so not that door. Anyone else have a thought?
I guess we can just start at this one here and go from there at the corner.
Yep, I agree. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, you move up to that door in the northwest. It does take a test of strength to turn the knob on that one, because so you get the feeling it hasn't been open for a long time. So whoever's real strong can roll a test of strength.
All right. Well, I'm going to try it since I'm still invisible, because I figured
Okay.
they're probably all preparing in case something comes through. So I'll try it.
Okay.
Oh, yep, I made it 3. I needed a 3. I got a 3.
Nice. Yeah. You turn the thing, and you feel a little bit of the rust kind of breaking off, and it swings out towards you, and you see ahead of you your infrared vision. I guess since there's no light source being used, everybody's just kind of gathered like in the room behind you, listening for your instructions or whatever.
Ready, shooter.
Well, you in the dark.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about I was in the dark.
I mean, you
Never mind.
definitely can do that, but. All right, hold on. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I just stood there. Okay, whatever. I'll just sit there. You can see that the corridor goes down a bit, and then you can see a bunch of rubble, and you can actually hear water flowing, and then you can tell that like there's been like a collapse here, and just beyond it you can see a door. So essentially, what that is like that's down. I think. Let me just check to make sure. 315. Yeah, it is like a drop there. So basically, you got a collapse. The floor collapsed over there. So you got a corridor that's like 60 feet long that ends in a door, but there is about a 10-foot gap there that you'd have to make your way across, and you can hear water.
And there's water. Yeah, water rushing across.
Yeah, water rushing across.
Yeah, she'll go back and to B14. She'll close the door and go to where they're waiting, probably at the bottom. And there's some type of natural obstruction down there. It seems like the part of the floor is collapsed in. I say we don't go that way. We'll go up this other way. Y'all wait there at the corner, and I'll go up to the 2 doors.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So you
then
go up.
I'll go up to these 2 doors. I'm gonna go to the one, I guess they're on the east. Check it first.
Okay. You notice this one, similar construction, but when you kind of look at it or you maybe touch it, you can feel it's not as rusted. Like you feel like it doesn't, like it's been opened and closed recently for sure.
Hey Daniel.
Yep.
Yep.
Can I prepare to cast a spell without casting it? Like if Brighild yells or something, or oh no, she's gonna come back to us, right?
We hope.
Yes.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's fine. But the answer to your question is, yeah, you can ready a spell, kind of like, but you wouldn't be able to move or whatever. You'd have to stay where you are
Yeah.
because you can't. Yeah.
I'm gonna already just in case Brighild, yelps or something if she gets attacked.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you can't see her, but you know that she's out in front of you, right? So Brighild, you move up to the door. Like I say, you touch the door and you can feel that it's hard to tell with the vision how rusted or not it is, but you can see like the shape of it, and you kind of maybe just touch it a little bit, not really turning it all the way, and you can feel that it's definitely been opened pretty recently.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the west one and see, does it appear to be rusted
Same.
up or appear to be like
Nope.
this one?
Like this one. Both of these doors look like they've been used recently and probably
Yeah,
fairly often.
she's going to open the west one in since she's sending it right now. Open the
Okay,
west one
yeah.
first.
So you turn that open, and Oh, all right. You open it up and you kind of spy in there, and you can see that there are essentially six. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, 3 pairs of bunks. So 3 pairs of bunks hang from 3 of the walls. So I guess obviously not the wall that you're coming from. So they're like to your right, left, and in front of you. You see like bunk beds attached to the wall, and you can actually see that there's also a table in the center of the room with 4 chairs, and there's some stuff on the table like bowls and such. But more importantly, because your infrared vision really picks this up immediately, you're kind of seeing everything in this like gray color and dark, and then your eyes just go when you see that there's 3 bodies. 2 are in the bunks right across from you, and 1 is on the bunk to your right, one of those bunk beds. You pause for a second because obviously you see something and maybe ready your spear, but then you realize they're not moving, and they're very likely sleeping. They're man-sized, creatures.
Yeah, I'm going to step in the room and see if I can get just a little closer to see if I can discern their features, if it's actually humans or some of those.
Yeah, you could pretty much figure out as soon as you get close enough that we get a little closer that these are these Oon creatures. However, they don't have those backpacks or anything attached to them. They're just like, they look like men for the most part, except for they're very, very thin. And they've got this long hair, and their eyes are like recessed, and you can tell by the look of their face that they're not men, but they're not the electrical gun ones. They're just and actually, as you kind of scan around the room, you can see that leaning up against the walls, you see some spears.
All right, I'm going to exit the room and not close the door all the way. Just leave it kind of cracked open a little bit, and go back down to the party and tell them what I've seen. And I think it would be best that there appears to be 3 of them and they're sleeping. Maybe 3 of you that can go in and dispatch them very quickly. I should not be one to go in there because it will take away the spell, I'm assured. So it needs to be you, Bill, and probably you, Dougal, and Zinnia.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, Bale's kind of dressed in. Aren't you wearing plate armor, or am I wrong about that?
No, I am wearing. Where's my? It's not plate. It's
Scale mail?
I think it's scale.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so you're not bad. And you get the Rangers that actually gives you a bonus to your surprise anyways, so I'll say that they negate each other. So who's going? Bale, Zinnia, and...
Dougal.
Dougal. All right.
Banded mail, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's medium armor, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Just check. That's not particularly loud, though, so I'm not going to penalize you for that. All right, so you're the slick one there, Crystal. Roll a d6 and see if you surprise these things still. They don't wake up. 1 through 3, they're still asleep when you get in there. Or, you don't wake them up as you walk in, I should say.
I didn't roll a 6, that's for sure. Sure didn't do that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so maybe because the door was left open, or maybe you guys are a little bit loud whispering, or maybe they just said something. As you guys kind of enter into the room, at least one of them rolls towards you and yell, and you hear him yell out, "Intruder!" or something. He yells as you don't surprise them, unfortunately. So we're going to go into initiative. We'll have Crystal rolled last time, so let's have Mike roll initiative. Mike, well, actually, let's ask you. Well, I'm assuming you're all going to run up and kill these things, but with melee. But let's find out. Rush, what would you like to do?
So that you say they're getting up out of the bed?
They're basically leaping up to try to. Obviously, they're going to try to look towards their weapons, but they don't have anything in their hand currently.
And they're how far away?
Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't draw the room. I showed it to I explained it, but I didn't draw it. Oh, let's see. The closest they're 30. The closest one to you is about 20 feet away, and the other 2 are about 30 feet away.
Yeah. So while he's scrambling for his weapons, I'm gonna just pull my hammer and walk, just move to the first one to attack him.
Okay. How about Dougal?
Melee.
And Kenya?
How dark is it in here?
Absolutely pitch dark.
Spell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You basically hear them go, "Huh," and you can hear them move, but it's dark. Everybody's gonna be fighting at a negative if you can't see in the dark. I should have probably mentioned that, but unless your spell goes off before everybody attacks, which it won't unless they want to wait. So go ahead, Mike, and let's roll initiative. 5 for the creatures. 2. Okay. Yeah. So they roll out of bed and rush for their weapons, and they lift them up and they hold their spears. So they all kind of put the spears in front of themselves. They're basically preparing for charge. That's their plan, anyways. And we go to you guys. Okay. So Bale, moving forward at these creatures. Which is essentially a melee attack, so you're moving towards it. What's the weapon class of your weapon? What kind of weapon is it?
It's a great hammer.
Okay.
It's a weapon class. I think I wrote it down. Pretty sure.
Hammer, great. Weapon class 4. Holy cow, that's a big thing. Okay, your weapon class is bigger than theirs, so it doesn't matter that you still get to go first.
Yes.
Okay, yep. So you move up in the dark. You're all going to be -4 to hit because you're essentially fighting blind. You're kind of just going off sound and like a little bit of like movement. So go ahead and make an attack with a -4.
So
was that with the -4?
No, I don't know how to do all the whole formula. So
okay, it's fine.
It's a deep, yeah.
Yeah, because armor class 5 is their armor class, so if you have a set negative, you wouldn't hit him. Okay, you swing in the dark and miss, unfortunately. Dougal.
Swinging with the war club.
Okay, same thing, -4. If you just want to attack, and then we'll figure it out from there. Oh yeah, no. You were planning on just sneaking in and being like, "Huh," but instead it was like, "Oh, we have to fight in the dark," and then of course the magic spell goes off. So what are you doing with the light spell? Just lighting the room up?
She's gonna use it. She's gonna use it to light her sword up.
Nice. Yeah. So the room lights up with the magic of your friend's sword. You actually see them like flinch from the light, but they keep their spears up. There are 2 of you that are in melee range, so that you moved up on the creatures they're going to get to go. At a -2 because they got blinded by the light. Okay, so first against Ale. That's not going to hit anything. And then against Dougal. That's not going to hit. What's your armor class, Dougal? That couldn't possibly hit you.
5.
Oh yeah, no, that's not going to hit you. That's not even on the chart. Okay. Yeah, they basically stab with the kind of... You guys swung because you were kind of blinded, and now they are also kind of like, they like scared them, and they kind of are poking with their spears, and they miss as you come to the next round. You see there's 3 of them. They're not wearing any armor. They're just they're just naked, essentially, and they have these spears, and they're kind of trying to stab at you with them. The 3rd guy stayed in the corner, and since you didn't move towards him, Xenia, he can't attack you. You're too far away. All right, so what's the plan? Bal, you got a guy in front of you. You will no longer be painless because the room is lit up.
I'm sorry, you were speaking really fast. The room is lit up?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm going to just attack the one that missed me. I'm assuming that's the same one that attacked me back.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So now I just get straight up rolls against him, right?
That is correct. Okay, Dougal, what's your plan?
Melee.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. How about Xenia?
I get so excited.
That's okay. Okay. By the way, guys, so Penesta and Brighild and Eka, you see the room light up, and also you hear them kind of yell. You hear the creatures yell out. Do you guys want to do anything this round?
Yeah, I'll tell Briggs, don't lose your invisibility. I'll go in there and try to help. I'll move towards the room.
Oh yes, be careful though, because it's a tight space in there. They may not need any help, but that is a good idea to at least go there and see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look. I won't do anything else yet.
Okay, so you'll move up to the doorway and look inside. Okay, perfect.
Correct.
All right, Mike, let's roll initiative for the group. 3 for the creatures.
2.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, they're gonna go first. So each one spear attack on each. They'll move towards the ranger. I'm not gonna call it a charge because they're too close to really for it to make it an issue. All right, so the first one's gonna go after Bale. Nope, that's not hitting anything with a 4 on the die. And then against Dougal, 10, I should say. 10 is gonna hit armor class 7.
Nope, I'm 5.
Okay, nice. And against the ranger, so -2, that's a 13. 13 is going to hit armor class 4. That hit you, Crystal?
Yes, that's just enough to hit me.
Okay. So they're attacking with the short spear two-handed, so a d8 plus 1. 5 points of damage as the spear digs into you. And actually, they get 2 attacks this round because they're 3-2 and they attacked only once last round. All right, so against Bale again. Ooh, that's a 13, so that hits armor class. I just had that. That hits armor class 4.
Yeah, that does hit.
Okay. Ooh, that's a deep cut with 7 points. Against the second guy, only rolls a 9, which is armor class 8, which misses Dougal. And, they don't like you, Crystal. 19 against the ranger, which is a 17, so that's definitely going to hit you because it hit you before. And this time...
Dice on the floor.
Automatic 1.
Right,
Yeah.
Max damage. Max damage. I will say this, that was my only D8 and I lost it, so I'll just roll a D6. So bonus. Oh, but I rolled a 6. Oh my god. 7 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. And now it's your turn. So, melee, Bale is the guy in front of you that just stabbed you.
All right, time for him to go down. I swing. Blap.
Oh.
Oops, wrong button. Wrong button.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's still 15 is going to hit him, though. You don't have to roll it again.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Blap.
Oh.
Blap. I think I missed on the second one, but I hit him pretty good on the first one.
Holy cow.
I don't know. What is their AC?
No, you do miss the second one because his AC is 5.
Oh.
But the first one kills him anyways. Yeah, you hit one guy, you miss him because you go whack, and then you swing and you're like, where is he? And he's on the ground.
Yes.
With his head completely collapsed. Yeah. He's down in a heap. Dougal.
Yeah, War Club. Nope.
Oh. You're too busy watching Bale.
Yes.
With his wild hammer swings.
He's too busy watching The Professional.
Exactly. All right, let's see the ranger take him out. Come on,
Man, I'm a
Crystal.
loose, man.
All right. First roll. Nat 20.
Nice.
Wow.
That roll D6 for the crit.
6. Yes.
Okay, that's triple damage, I believe. Yep, triple damage.
And then let's see. 3, 7 plus 4 is 11. So 33 points of damage.
Well, you just triple the rolls, not the bonuses. But anyways, it's way more than enough.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be, I rolled 7. So, sorry. So that would be 21 plus 4, which is 25 points of damage.
Yep, plenty. Yeah, you cut him down.
Down the hall, you hear the sound, clap, 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 and he goes, "Bravo, well done, Zinnia."
Excellent. Nothing like yelling in the middle of the
like
combat.
he hit.
That's a crystal move right there.
Yeah, he hits her twice, and then she's like, "You know what? Fuck you." Slice him in half. Okay.
That was so loud that it went through my
Sorry.
microphone. That's okay. Yeah, I like the excitement. All right, they're going to get. No, they won initiative, right? Yeah, they went first.
Yes.
So,
they
Vanessa,
won.
you come up. Second, you run up, and then it's the end. So, first phase, you move up. You can see there's one guy standing still at the end of this, but the other two have been dispatched. But you also, let me roll. Yep. You also hear a sound behind you, and this door behind you is opening.
Okay.
As you approach there. So, you could
Okay.
do something if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll turn around to face whatever it is and draw my sword.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go into the next round. What's the plan, Panesta?
Can I see what's coming through the door at all?
They have not opened the door yet because, you know.
Okay, then I want to move away from the door. I'll have my sword out, but I want to move back towards
The south?
Yeah, to the south.
Okay.
Away from the door, kind of, back,
I mean, do you want to
this way.
move just a little bit so you can still? Oh no, okay, you're gonna move way back. Okay, so you're gonna move. Okay.
No, I clicked wrong place. Sorry, like right here.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could your plan is to melee something that comes through the door, but not be victim to whatever might shoot through the door.
That's
if that
right.
was the case. Okay, I just want to make sure that's what you meant. Okay. Yep.
I was supposed to get a second attack last turn.
Right, but you killed the creature and there wasn't another one near you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right.
Because you guys are kind of spread out, yeah. But yeah, so that is true. You killed it so well that it didn't
Attack the darkness.
Yeah. I mean, would you like to roll to the empty space? you and Bell did both did the same thing. You drop them in the one hit.
Attack the darkness.
Yeah. Okay. And in this game you can't split the attacks up like that. Like you can't move, you can't attack. That doesn't work like that unless it's a special move. Okay, so sorry, Panesta, you're moving. Brighild, what's your plan? You can see Panesta
She's just
moving.
she's just standing in the corner. She could probably hear the door too, but I guess, but she's just gonna stay down in the corner and watch.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can hear the door a little bit over Echo's screaming. Bale, you smashed your guy. You turn around. You see about 20 feet away from you or so. There's one more standing facing the druid.
He's where?
He's facing the druid. So basically, you guys are like. I mean, I just picked randomly where everybody would go. He's over here. Both you and Crystal's characters are right here, maybe like 20 feet away. Yeah.
So is the druid aware of his presence?
Oh yeah, he's fighting him. Well, I mean, you think he is. He keeps swinging and missing, so you're not sure.
Okay, I thought maybe he came up behind him and the druid just standing there. Yeah, I'm gonna
He's
run over there.
performing so poorly.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there and we're gonna warhammer him to death.
Okay,
So,
cool. So you can have melee. Okay, awesome. Drugel.
I am attempting another war club.
I see. You'll get him eventually.
Do it. Do it.
I don't think this thing works inside.
How about Echo? What's your
You're
plan?
underground.
Right, druid underground. Anything in particular you want to do, Echo, besides stay back and cheer people on?
It is terribly hard to see anything in this place except for the flashes of these sparks from the clashing of steel. And he says, "Fight on, folks!
Nice.
Go on, beat him up."
All right, Senya, what's your plan? You drop the first creature with such enthusiasm. You turn, you see there's one more that the druid is yet to dispatch.
Do I know about the things in the hallway yet?
Not unless you can see through Panessa's eyes.
Okay. Then I will also help dispatch that one.
Okay. Fantastic. And Mike rolled a 3 for initiative already.
Yep.
I rolled also a 3. What's your dex?
What is my dex? I don't know yet. 15.
Okay, yeah, you guys will go first. So melee happens first. So you're the closest to it, so I'll let you go first, Duke.
Yes. Here we go. I can't miss 3 times in a row. Maybe.
Or can you? I mean, we'll say that you hit it, It just didn't penetrate its skin. How's that? You feel better?
Oh my gosh.
Ching. Wow. A swing and a miss. Okay.
Yeah, I just stepped back.
Nice. You're like, all right, forget it.
Yeah.
All right. Vale?
Did he hit it and it bounced off?
No. I'm just saying
No.
that to make him feel better.
Oh, I was about to say,
maybe
don't
feel
make-
worse now.
Maybe I have to wrestle this guy too.
Oh, no. You know these guys can be hit by regular weapons because you just killed one.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna step forward and take a swing.
Well, at least now we know why Dougal always wants to talk for peace.
Yeah,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
apparently. All right. Here we go. Sorry.
All right.
The character sheet. I wish you had a way to like minimize it. In order to be able to see the map, you got to exit out of it every time. All right. Here we go. Blah.
God.
Holy cow.
I just
Yeah.
step forward like from the Weird Al UHF thing where I just go like that.
That is insane.
You absolutely smash this thing and its head just implodes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Great Hammer may or may not be broken in this game. I don't know.
It's amazing. No, it's a great weapon. Okay. Yeah, so you you smash through the through this thing's head. Okay, that's the first phase. So then by the time you rush over there, unfortunately, Xenia, or maybe fortunately, this thing's dead. In the hallway, the doors open up and Pinesta, go ahead. I'm going to give you a 3 and 6 chance of surprising it. So you can roll for it. These ones, because they know something's out here, so they're prepared, but they're also running towards the other room. So if you
Okay.
if you get 1 through 3, then they'll be surprised. You can.
Nope.
Oh yeah, they're not surprised. So they see you there. So one of them might actually attack you, depending on what happens. But you will get to go first. So you see them run out.
What are they?
They are Un. They are copper in color, but they are dressed only in loincloths and carrying spears.
Oh, okay. So they're not all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they
Asamiga.
run out. Yeah. Yeah, if they run out, I'll attack one. Sure.
Yeah, you see one or more coming. I mean, if you want to wait till they run past to see how many there are, you can do that, or you can just attack the first one that walks out.
Oh no, I have to wait and see how many. Yeah, I'll wait.
Oh, okay, 3. So you're gonna attack the last one.
Yep.
You can do it.
Okay. All right, let me roll here. If assist for dice keeps rolling 15s for me, so that'll probably hit him at the -3. And this is my sword, so that would be 7 damage.
Okay, does not kill him. He turns around to face you.
Okay.
For the next round. However, the other 2, since you let them run past, go charging into the room. Although it's not a charge because they can't do a straight line, and they're gonna. Well, there's 2 of them, so I'll just roll 2 6-siders, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as far as who they target. One's going after Xenia, and the other one after Dougal. Okay, so after Xenia, misses terribly. He runs into the room, and the bright light is like, oh, and he like runs right past you. And after Dougal, misses terribly as well. So yeah, these 2 guys come charging in the room, but the light must have like freaks them out, and they kind of like miss both of you. You turn around, you see that you're faced with 2 more of them behind you. Of course, the one that Pinesta hit spins around, tries to attack her. Not charging, of course. Ooh, that guy rolls a 19. It's very likely going to hit you. Yeah, he's not -2 because you're in the hallway. So I'm not going to look. That definitely hits you. Unfortunately, I still lost my D8, so I'll roll a D6. 4 points.
4 points, okay.
And that's the end of that round. So 2 ran past. 1 is confronting Pinesta. It doesn't seem like there's any more coming out of that room. And let's see what we're going to do here. Pinesta, what's your plan?
I'm just gonna keep meleeing the one that's attacking me.
Okay. Brighild, do you see this going on up the hallway?
Yeah, she's just gonna stay where she's at for now.
Okay, smart. Dale, you see 2 of these things enter the room.
Melee the one on Pinesta.
Nice. Dougal? Oh, on Penesta?
Melee?
That's in the hallway. There's two. There's one on you. Well,
There's one on
Dougal,
me?
There's one on Dougal, and there's one on Xenia. Bale. You actually don't see the one that's on Penesta because it's in the hallway, and you're inside the room.
Oh. One on Dougal and one on Xenia, huh?
Yep.
Dougal could probably use the help.
Oh,
So, but I'm gonna go to.
good thing I have wax in my ears.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna slap Dougal on the back as I run by him and just say, "Hit the damn thing!" And then I'm gonna run after the one that's on Xenia.
Nice. All right. Dougal.
And then you hear Echo's voice. Echo's voice. It's like, well, that was very helpful.
Where is Echo, by the way, that you can see all this? Are you in that room? Or are you
Um,
just being a wise guy, young? Because if you're in that room and you're invisible, I need to know that.
Okay.
There's a lot of melee going on. Are you in that room or no?
No, I'm not in that room.
Okay. Are you just being silly? Okay, that's fine. I'm just making sure. Yeah. 'Cause if
Forget
you're in
I
that room,
said
there's a lot of-
anything.
There's a lot of swords and stuff flying around.
That's who.
All right,
That's who
Xenia?
Dougal winds up hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. The only thing I
Exactly.
can is my own party
Yeah.
member.
Yeah. Invisible people standing in a melee is not a safe place to be. Xenia.
Xenia's gonna melee the one that's on her.
Nice. Okay, Mike, initiative, please. 3.
Well, since you asked so nicely, 3.
All right, so same, and then you're a higher deck, so you get to go first. Penesta, you're fighting one in the hallway. Go for it.
Yep. Okay. 17. So I'm sure that hits. Yeah, negative 4 with my bonus.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay. 10. 4. Another 7 points of damage.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, plus 1.
He staggers back, barely standing with 2 huge cuts, but his deep set black eyes don't seem to even show the pain, but you can see he's really hurt just by the amount of damage you've done to him. Brickhild, you are staying back for now. Bale, running past Dougal towards Xenia. Go ahead and make your attack.
Sorry. The first one hits armor class 5 for 11 points of damage. And then the
Wow, Bale, you sound so different.
I'm sorry.
Bale, you're running towards the one that's on Xenia. Rush?
Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm like talking and my thing was up for the mute. Sorry. Okay. Attacking the one on Xenia. Here we go. Dang, every time I change attacks, I don't get 2 swings this time, do I? Because I'm changing.
No, you can. Yeah, no, you're still within the same melee. I think it's fine.
It's the same combat, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't make a huge move, you're fine. Yeah.
All right. Sweet. This is gonna be awesome. So I step up to the one on Xenia and I go, blap, blap.
That's crazy.
I mean,
What are you rolling to get -9? That's amazing.
an
Oh my
18.
God.
The first
That
one
is
was
so
an
good.
18,
Wow.
and the second one was a
Yeah.
19. I mean,
That's so good. Yeah.
the D20s, roll 20s doing the rolls, not me.
Oh no, I'm just saying because it's so that just shows you like that level of fighter. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Nice, well done. Well, yes, that kills it. So Zenny, you prepare your sword to slice into this thing, and Bale runs up and steals your kill.
Is there
Dougal,
still one on?
You can take care of yourself.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I think it's just mainly just roll 20 is treating me really, really well tonight.
Yeah, you're kicking butt.
That's the big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
I
that means if
turn
you
toward
roll
the
a
one that
20
Dougal.
Yeah. All right, so Dougal, go for it.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, that's the difference.
I'm just going to drop my moose antler on the ground and walk away.
You rolled a 6. That's.
Oh my god. Okay, if you want to attack this one, Crystal, you certainly can, but you'll have to do it second phase because you got to move to it. Unfortunately, Bale killed your bad guy, so they're gonna get a shot to attack first. So first, the one in the hallway tries to stab Pinesta. They only get one attack this round. 15, and he is not penalized. So that hits armor class 2.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That hits Pinesta. Ooh, 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And the one that's on Google. Oh, wow, okay. No, it rolls a 2. -2, so it rolls a 0. Okay, so it's just as bad as you are. It's like... Or maybe you're both awesome, and that's why you can't hit each other, because you're both just kind of like avoiding
I
blows.
stunned him. He's so stunned that I can't hit him that he's...
That's exactly what it is. Okay, all right, Crystal, bring it home. Kill this thing.
Yeah, she nods at Bale and then runs over, hits armor class 5 for 11 points of damage.
That hits.
And then armor class 3 for another 11 points of damage.
That's enough. Yeah, you slice through this thing and it falls to the ground. And there's just the one in the hallway left, again, facing Pinesta. So just go ahead and roll initiative against it, Pinesta. Because nobody else knows it's out there for right now, so we'll go just one round like this. They rolled a 2.
Okay. Okay, I'll just roll it here. I rolled a 1, so it goes first.
All right, it's going to go first. It get 2 attack this round. That's not hitting anything with a 5. Ooh, just scored a crit though. Okay, critted. God, it rolled a 6 on the crit. Okay, and it's a fighter. It's not actually just an Oon, it's a fighter. That's triple damage.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, wow. 12 points.
12? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it sinks, its spirit sinks deeply into you for 12 points of damage or cut your side. Helene turns to where she thinks the 2 invisible people are and goes, "That's gotta hurt." Go ahead, Finesta. If you don't kill it, she'll run up and smack it. She's also in the hallway, clearly.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my dice. Ooh, yeah, that hits it. And I rolled an 18 on the dice. I'm sure that hits it.
Nice. He only has 1 hit point. Tell us how you kill this thing that just stabbed his spear deep into you.
Oh yeah, I just rolled 10 plus 1 is 11. So
Nice.
I'm gonna do the Pinesta thing, and I'm gonna cut his head off because that's what I do.
Right, you do the whoosh.
Yep.
It stares for a second, and then it like tips its head, and then it falls.
Such an angry bard.
That's right. You don't make the bard angry.
Nice.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Excellent. Okay, so upon quick examination, because we're basically at 11, so we're going to stop here. These look like barracks, if that wasn't obvious. There were 6 bunks in each of these, but so a total of 12 sleeping areas, but only 6 creatures you found. And basically, they're just bunks, a table, some bowls, and there's this kind of like looks like oatmeal, which the ranger would recognize almost immediately as the food that the Migos feed the Oons. They do have some they have copper chainmail and shields and spears if you want any of that stuff, but probably not. And some copper pieces on them, so not much. But I'll put that in the chat when we're done here. But so we're hanging out in this room, having just finished this combat. Any final words?
Yeah. Zinnia will step up to Bale and shake his hand and say, "Good job. That's great fighting by you. By the way, what's that little rock above your head for?"
It's magic. It's magic that I wish were embedded into my hammer, but alas, it is not. But it helps me do all things. Anything that requires physical strength. Because of this rock that floats above me, I find it much easier to take my hammer and smash the like, comment, and subscribe buttons And then I raise Tyrannus above my head and strike the bell to be notified of future content. And that is what the rock above my head is for.
Ah, very nice. It sounds quite useful.
It is indeed.
Excellent.
Brickyard is going to sneak down the hallway and walk up next to Bale, and she's going to whisper in his ear, and she's going to go, Bale, it's me. How did the druid do in combat?
He's just going to kind of lean there, and he's just going to turn his head in the direction of the whisper, knowing he can't see her, and say, I think he's better suited toward building mud huts.
No, that's what I figured.
No, he's an excellent conversation partner, I must say.
You did not hear that.
Okay. You don't know because he's also invisible.
Yeah.
Tripping over each other. All right. Fantastic. All right.